cage, but we had 2 full days in the cages for Marty and Mitch and Tyler to get with the hitters and clean a few things up and hopefully get us going again here and get hot here down the stretch would be great. And it was a good week for us.
You mentioned the edge that the guys might have, the chip to get back on the field and play a game. Coach, I don't know if they need it considering the competition that we're playing basically the rest of the way, but that's got to be exciting to see that, the message that you've given the team all year is it doesn't matter who the other team is.
Right.
It matters who we are and how we show up. So to have that spark back, I guess, that energy back, that's got to be exciting.
Well, you hope so. At least they have it now. I mean, we'll see what happens when the lights come on and it's first pitch. And that was, you heard my message, and it was, we didn't play hard. Just play hard, and we've never worried about who we played the entire year. And, I mean, these guys are a great team, but they're below 500 in the Big Ten, John. I mean, granted, 4 of them were to Oregon, but Nebraska beat them twice. I mean, Minnesota beat them. Yeah. So, I mean, they're a very talented team and very worthy of the ranking, because you're going to see some real arm talent.
Okay.
We're going to see some great arms and some guys that hit the ball of the ballpark. But I believe they're pitchable, and with our pitching staff, if they execute, I think we can hold them down. Mm-hmm. And the key is going to be the discipline on our offense to lay off the edges like we always talk. But we need to start doing more damage when the ball's in the big part of the plate. And that was what we talked about a lot this week, is getting back to that kind of confidence where you're doing a lot of damage.
I think of a saying a lot, Coach, the hungry dog runs faster, and I think we got a bunch of hungry dogs in here that have been the underdog all year.
Yeah.
And throughout your career, as you've coached at a lot of these northern schools, underdog, basically your whole career, Coach. Do you bring that message back up, or do you sense that the guys already have it?
No, I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's keeping the chip on the shoulder, because you can't lose that, especially if you're playing teams like we are. The last 6 games you're playing, ultra talented teams with like I said, crazy arm talent and first round draft picks, and but we've talked about this many times. Not that these guys won't show up, because I think they will. These guys are well coached, and so is Oregon. They're going to show up. Mm-hmm. But for a team like ours, we have to show up. We have to show up, and we know we have to be our best at all three parts of the game. And if we do that, we got a chance. And so far, so good this season. But we can't change that. We have to go in this game knowing that the reality of the situation is we're going to play very well, and we have to pitch great.
So as we do look at the opponent now, Coach, Oregon State, before we talk about them on the field, how did this series come about? How did you choose Oregon State? How did that come to be?
It was interesting because I got a call from Mitch Canham, their coach. Mitch was the minor league manager for Clinton back in the day. I don't know if you knew that or
okay.
not. Yep. And his pitching coach was the pitching coach at Clinton. And so the former general manager, Ted Torno, was sending regards from, but a good guy. But he called me and he said, Rick, we're playing independent this year. We're not in a league. I see you're at Washington. And I said, yeah. He said, would you guys stop and play us on the way home? I'm like, no. I said, no. I mean, we've got Oregon the next weekend, finals, and we're in the middle of a 6-game, gauntlet. We had Nebraska, Michigan, Indiana, Washington, and I said I really wasn't looking for Oregon State in the bye week.
Yeah, right, true.
We were kind of looking for a wounded rabbit, but we couldn't find one. So anyway, I told Mitch, I said, listen, we were looking for something, a little easier than that. But I said, I've been in your situation where you're kind of have your back against the wall. And I said, if you're willing to come out here, I'll play it, but I'm not coming out there.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, let me think about it. And I didn't know if I'd ever hear from him again. But a week later, he called and said, if the offer still stands, we'll come out and play. And I'm like, well, that'd be great, because we would love to play against a program like Oregon State with the history and the legacy, Pat Casey, and back-to-back national championships, and doing it in the North climate. And, it's really impressive what their program's been able to do. And, Mitch was a great player and a tough guy. And, he's can you imagine being, 35 years old and taking over for Pat Casey, And,
big shoes.
But anyway, he's done a tremendous job. And so it's my first time as a coach playing against the Beavers. And So, man, and listen, John, this is awesome. This is going to be an awesome atmosphere. It's going to serve a lot of purposes. It's going to give us the ability to play against a really good team before we play Oregon next week. It's going to let us see really good arms before we see Oregon next week. We haven't been on grass since week 2. Okay, so that's 11 straight weeks we played on turf. We're going to be in the Big Ten tournament in a week and a half on grass. So this is a great opportunity for us to get out on a grass field for 3 days, get acclimated again. It's going to put us in front of a big crowd that should really help next week I know we're going to have a big crowd at Banks, but we'll have crowds in Omaha and then hopefully in a regional. So this is going to be a great weekend. And let's face it, it's our bye week. Yeah. You know, for the first time in 9 weeks, we're not playing a Big Ten team. So whatever happens, happens. I just hope that's how our guys play it, have fun, enjoy it, let the adrenaline from the big crowds funnel into elite focus and elite concentration and competitiveness. And it's a great trial run to be able to do that. And whether we succeed or not, we'll find out.
A great test, great preparation, as you've mentioned, Coach. But a few wins here, 1 or 2 or all 3. That's a big deal, too,
sure
against a national program like Oregon State.
No,
that would draw some attention.
Sure would. It'd be really nice in our quest to get an at-large in case we don't win the league, you know. And but there's nothing we can do talking about it. I mean, I wish there was, because if I could find the magic words that let us just write it down as a win, we would. Yeah. But you got to play the game, and we knew the last 6 were going to be tough, and that's why we train the way we do, and that's why we prepare the way we do. We prepare every day to try to beat teams like this. You got to prepare to beat the best.
Specific to this one, Coach, Cade Obermuller will get the start. Cade's he's been good lately. We've seen him be great this year. What's it going to take from Cade to be great again tonight?
Controlling himself. That's it. I mean, if Cade is in control of himself and he's aggressive and just attacking, man, it's tough to beat him. Last week was a rough one for Cade because, and I told him this. I said, I think the first 4 innings was the best I've ever seen you throw, ever. I mean, it was elite, dialed in, both sides of the plate, all pitches. No chance. Washington had no chance, and then lost his command and wasn't able to stop it, and 2 hit by pitches and 2 walks, and he's out of the game. And it was just a disappointing one. And the great thing about Cade is, like, we hadn't had a blip like that, really. I mean, he's had some innings here or there, but he's always found a way to get out of it, wiggle out of it. He didn't wiggle out of it against Washington. But whenever Cade's had a rough one, he usually figures it out, goes to work, has a great pin, works on his mental game, and goes out and follows it up with a good one. And he's done that, even his freshman and sophomore years. It's usually not 2 in a row. So hopefully, and I know that it's stuck in his craw. I mean,
sure.
Cade's a competitive kid, and he cares a lot. And, when something like that happens, if you care a lot, I mean, you go back to work with a purpose, and I know he did.
Means something to him. Coach, before we let you go, on a personal note for you, I mean, you get a little extra fired up for a game like this, a series like this, after your great coaching career?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get fired up for this, John, you shouldn't be out here, And like I tell the guys all the time, when we're in a series like this, or there's going to be 7,000 to 10,000 people here tonight, and playing against Oregon State and it's 80 degrees. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's what you signed up for. And if you can't get ready to be your best tonight, then you maybe should go do something else.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time today. Good luck against the Beavers.
All right, thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Principal Park in Des Moines. We're back with starting lineups and first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin. And if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown. And Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines, the state capital of the state of Iowa. Iowa and Oregon State. How about this matchup tonight, this weekend? It'll be a doozy. Starting lineups being announced now. This is the first meeting all time between Iowa and Oregon State. The Hawkeyes played here at Principal Park last season. Took 2 of 3 from Florida International, who made the trip up from the Sunshine State. Iowa meeting Oregon State this weekend, upping the ante a little bit as Principal Park fills up with tons of Hawk fans on this beautiful Friday night in Des Moines. Oregon State is 35-12. They are 9-3 in neutral site games, which is what this is. It won't feel much like one, as this is certainly an Iowa Hawkeye crowd, but by the book, this is a neutral site game. Oregon State 9-3 in neutral games. Under the direction of head coach Mitch Canham in his 6th season, the 10th-ranked Beavers come into town this weekend. They were 45-16 last year. They've made 7 straight NCAA regionals. Similar opponents between the two programs. Both teams played Nebraska, Washington State, Indiana, Minnesota, Ohio State, Rutgers, Washington, and Oregon. Iowa will play Oregon next weekend. We'll give you those breakdowns as the game goes along. But 35-12 Oregon State versus 32-15 Iowa. The crowd filling up the ballpark tonight. And you can feel the energy in this one. Every game the rest of the way for Iowa is a big one. The Hawkeyes out of conference against Oregon State this weekend here in Des Moines as we gear up for Oregon coming to town next weekend at Banks. Can't wait for that one. That'll be great too. But for now, it's Iowa and Oregon State, a true resume builder out of conference for the Hawkeyes. We'll see how Iowa performs when the lights come on here in just a moment from Principal Park. Starting lineups have been announced, both teams standing on the lines, and we are ready to roll. We're going to step aside for today's national anthem. We're back with starting lineups and first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
National anthem is complete. Welcoming you back to Principal Park in downtown Des Moines in the shadow of the state capitol building of Iowa. Iowa and Oregon State this weekend from Principal Park. Welcome you into the broadcast booth at the Diamond. I'm John Leo. Let's get you today's starting lineups. We'll go first with the visiting Oregon State Beavers, ranked 10th in the country. Oregon State will bat first as the visitors in all 3 games this weekend. The Beavers come in with a 35-12 record under the direction of head coach Mitch Canham in his 6th season. Here's the batting order for Oregon State. Iva Arquette, the shortstop, will lead things off, followed by Gavin Turley and Wilson Weber. Middle of the order for the Beavers, A.J. Singer, Jacob Craig, and Cannon Reeder. 7, 8, 9, Carson McIntyre, Tice Peterson, and Trent Caraway. That is the batting order for Oregon State. Iowa about to take the field defensively as the hype video being played on the large big screen video board in right field. Defensively for Iowa, on the infield left to right, Cooper Schulte at third, Gable Mitchell at short, Andy Nelson at second. Caleb Wolf will get the start at first base for Iowa today. Outfield left to right, Ben Wilmus in left, Miles Risley in center, Kellen Strohmeyer in right field. Today's catcher is Dan Rogers, and making his way to the mound is the junior southpaw Cade Obermuller. Obermuller making his 12th start of the season, the native of Iowa City. A 4-2 record for Obi, 2.42 ERA. 63 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 43 hits, 23 runs, only 17 of which have been earned. 85 strikeouts on the season for Cade, 24 walks. Opponents are batting $194 against the crafty southpaw from Iowa City. Cade has been good lately. Looking to have him return to form against Oregon State. He didn't make it out of the 5th against Washington last Friday night. The Hawkeyes dropped a heartbreaker in walk-off fashion. He was dialed in through 4 and then ran into some trouble in the 5th inning. And so we'll see how Cade performs in front of a great crowd at Principal Park here tonight as the sun begins to set. Oregon State enters the game batting .287 as a team. On base percentage just over 400. They slug at .493. They have a couple of batters right off the rip here, Arquette and Turley, who can mash. Arquette with 16 home runs, Turley with 15. And so right off the rip here, Oregon State with some major threats. As a team, they have 73 home runs, 92 doubles. Arquette and Turley will be the first 2 batters for the Beavers. Both draft picks. Arquette is a transfer from Washington. He was drafted back in 2022. He makes his way to the box to get us started this evening. And we're about ready for first pitch in Des Moines. Iowa played here last year against Florida International, took 2 of 3 from the Panthers. Stiffer test this time around. The toughest test Iowa has faced all year, no question about it. The 10th ranked Oregon State Beavers in town. Arquette is in the box from the right side. Cade Obermuller deals downstairs for ball 1. We are underway at 6:36 Central Time. There's not a cloud in the sky in Des Moines. Mild temperatures as well. 75 right now. 1-0 pitch from Obermuller is hit on the ground up the middle. Second baseman Nelson is there, makes the long throw to first, and Arquette is retired as Nelson was shifted over towards second base. He makes the play, 1 down in the Oregon State first. Gavin Turley up now for the Beavers. He started all 47 games for Oregon State. Another right-handed hitter. It's an all right-handed hitting lineup for the Beavers today. Iowa, when we get to their batting order, you'll notice not too many right-handers in the lineup today. So here's Turley. Obermuller deals inside. Ball one. Turley, an All-American, 19th round draft pick by Arizona. Elected to stay with the Beavers. 1-0 pitch from Cade is fouled back to the screen. It's 1-1 on Turley. .350 hitter, 15 home runs, 11 doubles. Strikeouts up a tick for Turley. He has 47 in 177 at-bats. But an outstanding hitter for Oregon State. He plays left field for the Beavers. 1 ball, 1 strike as Obermuller comes set. Cade kicks and fires. This is hit in the air to center. Risley backtracking. Miles is at the track. He runs into the wall. Miles makes the catch. As Turley went deep to center, but Risley had enough room to make the grab. 2 down. Wilson Weber up for Oregon State now. He's the catcher for the Beavs. It's a very veteran lineup for Oregon State. Weber, the lone senior in the lineup, as Cade pumps a strike by him. Weber, a .318 hitter, 10 doubles, 7 home runs. Cade comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Obi. Slider outside. That's off the plate. 1-1. Beavers, a nationally renowned program, 3-time national champions. Most recently in 2018. 1-1 pitch is a slider at the bottom of the zone for a strike. It's 1-2. They had the overall #1 draft pick last year, Travis Bazzana. 7 overall. 7 draft selections from the team a year ago. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Bases are empty. Cade's ready. He grips it and rips it. Fastball high and out. Evening the count at 2. Bases empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cade's ready. From the belt, he pitches. And this is hit in the air foul over to our right. And we'll do it again at 2-2. The Hawkeyes lost Cade's last start 4-3. Obermuller lasted 4 2/3. He struck out 9 Huskies. The 2-2 is just in with the fastball, ball 3. Cade was clean through 4, ran into some trouble with a couple walks and a few hit batters in the 5th and had to be removed from the game. 2 up, 2 down here and looking to get a 1-2-3 inning as he deals the 3-2 to Weber. Hit on the ground, left side. Schulte can't quite make the play. It gets into left field for a base hit. Splitting Schulte and Mitchell. Weber is on with a 2-out single through the left side. Off-speed pitch from Obermuller that Weber got turned around on. Cooper gave great effort at third, but full extension to his left. Couldn't quite grab it. And 1 on for Oregon State now with 2 outs. Here's A.J. Singer, second baseman. Obermuller's first pitch to him is inside for a ball. Oregon State not a running team. Just 27 stolen bases on the season. Incredible hitters up and down this lineup, though. They just trust their bats. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Obermuller is lined foul over to the right. Oregon State occupying the first base dugout this weekend. Iowa, third base side over to the left. Obermuller retired Arquette and Turley, allowed a 2-out single to Weber. Now attacking Singer. Cade with a long pause from the belt. Delivers the 1-1. This is hit well in the air to right. Strohmeyer moving back. He's in front of the track. Kellen is there. Looking up into the sun. He makes the catch for the third out. One hit for Oregon State, but no runs. The Hawkeyes will come to the plate in a scoreless game in the bottom of the first when we come back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines. The Hawkeyes holding Oregon State off the scoreboard in the top half of the first. Let's get you the starting lineup, the batting order for the Hawkeyes. They come to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. Ben Wilmus will lead things off and play left field. Gable Mitchell, the shortstop, batting second. Reese Moore is the designated hitter tonight, and he will bat third. Middle of the order for Iowa today, Caleb Wolf at first base, Rogers the catcher, Dan Rogers the catcher, Miles Risley in center field. Andy Nelson is the second baseman, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Kellen Strohmeyer, who recorded the final out at the top of the first. He plays right field. And Cooper Schulte is the third baseman. He will bat ninth for Iowa. The pitcher for Oregon State is right-handed sophomore Eric Segura, making just his third start, his 13th appearance overall. But Segura has a 7-1 record, 4.29 ERA, 42 innings pitched, 37 hits allowed, 20 earned runs. He struck out 59, walked 24, a .236 batting average against. 10 wild pitches, 7 hit batters from Segura. But he has a live fastball, mid-90s from the right side. Mainly a fastball slider pitcher. So fastball mid-90s, slider low 80s. As he deals a strike to Ben Wilmus. Wilmus standing in from the right side, the senior from Johnston, batting .304 on the season. The 0-1 from Segura. Wilmus fouled it back to the netting. 0-2. .59 strikeouts in 42 innings pitched for Segura. The right-hander ready, the 0-2 to Wilmus. That's in on the hands. He fouled it off. Pretty good arms for Oregon State. Team ERA of 4.56. The 0-2, that's way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Opponents bat .234 against the Beaver staff. They average 10.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 17th in the country. And a very good defensive team. They are in the top 10 in fielding percentage. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wilmus. Bottom of the first, no score. Segura out of the windup. The right-hander pitches. And Wilmus watches strike 3 on the outer edge. Oregon State wearing black tops today. OSU in a straight line block lettering across the chest in bright orange. Gray baseball pants for the Beavers. They've got bright orange numbers on the back of their uniforms with white outline. Black caps in the field for Oregon State. Gable Mitchell up now for Iowa, standing in from the left side. First pitch to Gable, that's low and in around the shins. A lot of left-handers in the lineup for Iowa today, with Wolf being in there along with Strohmeyer. Iowa wearing their all-white uniforms with Hawkeyes spelled out in black block lettering across the chest, gold trim. Black caps in the field for Iowa. 1-0 to Gable. That's outside, missed with the breaking ball, 2-0. Mitchell tied for the team lead in batting average at .350. .15 doubles leads the team. And Segura struggling to find the zone in this at-bat. He's fallen behind 3-0 on Mitchell. As a team, Iowa bats .307. .497 slugging. The Hawkeyes averaging just over 8 runs per game. The 3-0 pitch to Gable is a called strike. Just over 8 runs a game offensively for Iowa. Oregon State allows just less than 5. 3 balls, 1 strike on Mitchell. Segura deals. Gable hits on the ground, right back up the middle. It's off of Segura's glove. He tracks it down, throws to first. And it's in time to retire Mitchell as Craig was battling the sun. Nice effort there from Segura, the pitcher, to track that ball down quickly. And now 2 away for Iowa's designated hitter, Reese Moore. Reese, a sophomore, batting .338. A lot of power here. 13 doubles, 9 home runs. Takes a pitch high from Segura. See the breaking ball really pop out of the hand from Segura, especially to the left-handers. Tries to bring it in the back door, can't do so. And Reese is in the driver's seat, 2-0. Next one from Segura is high and out, ball 3. So he's fallen behind Iowa hitters in back-to-back instances. He was able to retire Mitchell. See if Reese can get on base in the bottom of the first. Scoreless game. Segura ready, the 3-0. Green light for Reese, and he comes up empty, 3-1. Don't mind that. Ambush a fastball, a situation where Segura needed to throw a strike. Reese just missed it, 3-1 now. Beaver pitcher's ready, here it comes. Another swing and a miss by Reese, full count. Moore back in the box. Segura atop of the rubber. Here comes the 3-2. Reese fouled it off into the seats over to the left behind the Iowa dugout. Steady dose of fastballs from Segura as he attacks Moore. Outfield for Oregon State has Reese defended over to the opposite field. A lot of room in the right center gap for Moore. Segura ready. Here comes another 3-2. And that's at the bottom of the zone for strike 3. Reese didn't like the call, but Segura picks up his second strikeout of the inning. And Iowa goes down in order. We're through 1 in Des Moines. No score between Iowa and Oregon State. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Your best Hawkeye defense could be vaccines. Iowa HHS reminds you to ask your healthcare provider which ones are right for you and your family. Back at Principal Park in Des Moines, no score through one inning between Oregon State and Iowa. The Beavers ranked 10th nationally. They've got 5, 6, and 7 coming up in the second inning to face off against Cade Obermueller. Here's Jacob Craig, the first baseman. He's in the box. First pitch from Cade is a slider that's swung on and missed. Craig, another Beaver that has double-digit home runs. 12 of them on the season, 8 doubles. Obermueller's 0-1 pitch. Low outside corner, called a strike. It's 0-2. Overall, though, Craig is a .247 hitter, and he has 60 strikeouts. Cade in the driver's seat. Obermueller from the stretch only. He delivers the 0-2. Grounded sharply over to the right side in front of the Oregon State dugout. That's foul. Couple of fastballs from Cade. We'll see if he goes back to the slider, the 0-2. Just off the plate outside. Eric Lovelace flinched, but didn't punch. Good looking pitch from Cade, but it was off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Craig. The next one from Cade. There it is. Strike 3 called, bottom of the zone, backdoor slider. First strikeout of the night for Obermueller. And on to the 6-hitter, Cannon Reeder. He's the center fielder for the Beavers. Junior standing in from the right side, .286 hitter, 9 doubles, 4 home runs. Cade's first pitch is hit on the ground right side, beats the shift all the way down the line. Strohmeyer hustling over to pick it up. It'll be a single for Reeder. Wolf was playing off the bag. And he tucked it just inside the first base line. Second hit of the game. For the Beavers, here's Carson McIntyre. He's the right fielder. Iowa's got a shift over to the left side with Nelson playing right behind second base. First pitch from Cade is grounded foul to the Iowa dugout. Short lead at first base. Cade will throw it over anyway, threw it away. Down the right field line. Reeder is at second. He's going to test it all the way to third. And he will get there. Basically no lead at first, and Cade thought he had to throw it over anyway, and he threw it away. Got all the way down the right field line into the bullpen. And Reeder goes from first to third. That's some of the issues that Cade struggled with at the beginning of the season. The pitcher errors. Now he's got work to do on McIntyre. The 0-1 pitch. McIntyre shows the bunt. Cade missed outside. Infield comes in on the grass now for Iowa. Really tough play with pickoff moves right now over at first base. Looking right into the sun. Wolf has sunglasses on, but sometimes those hurt more than they help. Counts 1-1 on McIntyre. The pitch from Cade. High and out. Good. Stop by Rogers. And now Rogers will head out to the mound and talk with Iowa's ace, Cade Obermueller. The infield will join him. Quick meeting of the minds, and now we're ready to pitch. Obermueller back on the rubber. Infield in for Iowa. Runner at third and 1 out. Cade's 2-1 pitch is inside for ball 3. Walk might not be the worst thing. Put the double play back as an option. The 3-1 is swung on and missed. 3-2. Boy, Cade could really help himself out here by striking out McIntyre. Limited action for this Oregon State Beaver. Appearing in his 19th game, only has 27 at bats. The 3-2, strike 3 called. He got him inside corner. Huge strikeout from Cade. And there are 2 outs. Fastball pumped it on the inner third. Not out of trouble yet. 2 away for Tice Peterson. He's the DH. 243 hitter. First one from Cade. He spins it high and out for ball 1. Cade approaching 30 pitches, trying to get out of some trouble here in the second. Show of a bunt from Peterson, but he pulled it back. The pitch was high. Middle infield moves back now. Wolf closer in on the grass at first. The 2-0 pitch is a called strike high in the zone. Good fastball from Obi. Peterson has been teasing the bunt. I don't know if he's actually going to do it. Wolf is playing in just in case. The 2-1 is outside for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch is hit in the air to center. Risley is camped underneath it. Miles looks up, but he caught it for the 3rd out. So the error by Obermueller is not costly. Maybe some pressure, but nothing in the run column for Oregon State. We'll go to the bottom of the second after this. Still no score. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Choose the best Honda with more Best Buy awards than any other brand. All Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Honda is the best performance brand, best overall brand, and best value brand by KBB.com. To save on a new Honda, search your local Honda dealer today. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards for Kelly Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
I'm Y.A. Black, defensive line, Iowa. On the field, I take on double teams, stop the run, and sack the quarterback.
Sullivan now runs for his life, and he's obliterated by Y.A. Black. Here's the snap, the spot.
Yes, and it's blocked it. Kick is don't touch it. Don't touch the ball.
Hawks get it back. Y.A. Black, that man, what a momentum shift there.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
Iowa coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Wolf, Rogers, and Risley. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Caleb Wolf leading off the second inning for Iowa. After the Hawkeyes went down in order, back in the first. It'll be Wolf, Rogers, and Risley. A couple of lefties and then a righty to face off against Segura. Segura threw 17 pitches in the first inning, had a couple of strikeouts, both of them looking. And he'll face the left-handed hitting Caleb Wolf to start the second. Wolfie takes outside for ball one. No score between Iowa and Oregon State in the series opener. We're in the early going here. Great crowd to start the series. We'll play Saturday and Sunday against Oregon State as Wolf chased a high pitch there, 1-1. Temps in the mid to upper 80s the next 2 days. Come on out to the ballpark and take in some high-level college baseball. Ball and a strike on Wolf. Caleb batting .350 for Iowa. The pitch. Caleb sends opposite field down for a base hit in front of the left fielder Turley. And Wolf has Iowa's first hit of the game. Sharp line drive single to left. Caleb with his 36th hit of the season. And that is his 34th single. Only 2 extra base hits for Wolf, but he ups his batting average with a leadoff single in the second. And here comes Dan Rogers, another left-handed hitter for Segura to face. Wolf the runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the second, no score. First pitch to Rogers is outside for ball one. Segura just missing with the fastball. By design that Iowa has a lot of left-handers in the order tonight. 1-0 pitch, Rogers fights it off and fouled it over to the left. Rogers with an outstanding career at Loras. It's been a welcome addition, one of the best catchers in the Big Ten behind the dish. Batting .303 now. That's been on a steady climb for several weeks. 11 doubles, 6 home runs, 40 runs batted in. As he takes a fastball upstairs just around eye level. Nobody out in the Iowa second. Here's the 2-1 to Rogers. Breaking ball, good pitch, inside corner, 2-2. Wolf with a good lead at first. Segura set. The right-hander delivers. Rogers watched it sail outside. Counts full. This is a big pitch upcoming with Miles Risley on deck. Full count. The pitch to Rogers. Fouled back to the screen. And we'll do it again. A lot of room in right center for Rogers. Left fielder also hugging the line and in the outfield. Pickoff move over to first, and it's a good one from Segura, but Wolf is able to get back. No score, bottom of the second inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another move to first base, almost threw it away, and it ended up being a very good move and pick attempt by Craig at first base. It was in the dirt. Segura honestly put it right where it needed to be, but Wolf able to scramble back. Payoff pitch to Rogers. Check swing. Did he go? He did. They said that he crossed the plane of the plate. Rogers chases. He's out number 1. 3rd strikeout of the evening for Segura. That had some zip at 93. It ran away from D-Raj, but he just couldn't hold up. One out, and here comes Miles Risley. Iowa's star center fielder, batting .309. First pitch to Riz is a fastball upstairs. That's ball 1. Miles with 7 doubles, 6 home runs. He has some speed, a couple triples for Riz this year. Segura with a long pause from the belt, the 1-0. Risley hits on the ground to short. This could be double trouble. To second for 1, over to first. Good pick out of the dirt by Craig. It is a 6-4-3 double play. We're through 2. Still no score between Oregon State and Iowa. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
FS Envision seed corn and FS high soy soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and high soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hey there, sports fans. Hungry for a legendary experience? Look no further than Bumps Restaurants, proudly named after the legendary Bump Elliott. Nestled right at the Finkbine Golf Course on Melrose Avenue, Bumps is your go-to spot for mouth-watering meals. Present your ticket from today's game at Bumps and get a buy one appetizer, get the second appetizer free deal. Offer good through the next home game. See you soon off Melrose Avenue at the Finkbine Golf Course. Bumps Restaurant, a legendary place with legendary food.
Hawkeye fans, we can all help prevent suicide. There is hope with the 988 Lifeline. Call or text 988 now. Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located minutes south of Iowa City. Cade Obermueller out to work the 3rd inning. Through 2, Cade has allowed 2 hits. He's struck out 2. He's thrown 33 pitches. Facing a very tough test in this Oregon State offense. The Beavers will send 9-1-2 to the plate. No score between Oregon State and Iowa. We'll play tomorrow at 3:35 here at Principal Park. We'll wrap up the series with the Beavers on Sunday starting at noon. Obermueller pitching to Trent Caraway, the 3rd baseman. First pitch strike from Cade. Slider on the inside corner, brought it all the way across the zone. Caraway is standing in from the right side, completing the 9-for-9 right-handed hitters in this Oregon State lineup as Obi misfires high and away. 255 hitter is Caraway. He's played in all but 1 Oregon State game this year. 13 doubles in the 9-hole. Cade just missed low there, 2-1. 13 doubles is the most in the starting lineup for the Beavers. They try to set the table with Caraway as the top of the order, Arquette and Turley will come to the plate in this inning. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch from Obi. Swung on and missed, 2-2. Nobody out in the Beaver 3rd. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Obermueller comes set. The southpaw from Iowa City grips it and rips it. And he spins the slider away, ball 3. Shadows taking effect on the field. Left side of the field in the shade, but if you're on the right side of it, you're battling the sun yet. The 3-2. Tapped foul to the Iowa dugout. We'll do it again with a full count. Caraway with 45 strikeouts in 192 at-bats. He has only walked 13 times this year. Count is full. Obermuller from the stretch. Feels it and deals it. Just upstairs. Ball 4, leadoff walk of Caraway in front of the dangerous Arquette. I'd like to bring in a guest for this third inning. Joe Stacy joining us in the broadcast booth here in Des Moines, a close friend of Coach Heller.
Yeah,
near and dear to Coach Heller, and he let me know that you were in town, Joe, and so we're glad to have you with us here for this third inning. We'll get into your story a bit here as we move along through the third.
Doing a great job of painting the picture, my friend.
Top of the order, Arquette is up. He grounded out to start today's game. Shows the bunt, drops a nice one down the third base side. Obermuller picks it up, throws it high to first, and he threw it away again. All the way down into the corner. Strohmeyer picks it up, and he gets it in. The Beavers are going to have runners at second and third with nobody out. The most damage, the most stress that Oregon State has put on Iowa, unfortunately, has been because Iowa has given it to them. 2 errors on Obermuller from the pitcher position. And now major trouble with Turley coming up. Second and third, nobody out. No score in the third, but Oregon State certainly threatening here. Turley with 15 home runs. He flied out to deep center. He pops up a bunt left side. Hawkeyes giving chase, but all 3, Schulte, Obermuller, and Rogers, run out of room. All right, Joe, let's bring you in here. You've got your Upper Iowa Peacocks jacket on. You've got the
How
UIU
many times
hat.
do you get up in the morning and dress for Rick Heller?
That's what you did today.
I did. I told him. I texted him last night, and I said I'll be the guy in the peacock hat and the peacock gear. So here I am.
You've got a great story in the radio broadcasting business
and you do
as
too.
well, Joe.
And the best is yet to come for you. You're doing a terrific job.
No balls in a strike. The pitch from Obermuller. Swung on and fouled off the mitt of Rogers. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Joe, because you have a great connection back with Coach Heller over the years.
Yeah, you know what? I played at Upper Iowa University. I met Rick Heller through Gary Rima, and we played amateur ball. I hit a bunch of home runs with Rick Heller when he was coaching at North Fayette when I was at Owine.
Wow.
Yeah, we can go from there later.
0-2 from Cade. That's high and out.
Yeah.
I saw you catch up with Coach before the game as he was going out for the lineup exchange.
I just tell him I love him, and we had our ups and downs at Upper Iowa University, and he's the reason why I was at Upper Iowa University, and he's the reason why I graduated at Upper Iowa University.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Turley with nobody out. Runners at second and third. Obermuller's pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Turley with the slider in the dirt. That's a beauty from Cade. 1 away.
Love your play-by-play. You do a terrific job, and Gary Rima had, he gave us Daniel Stacy, my big brother, and a bunch of others. But John, your trek has been terrific and so fun to follow, and you're so passionate, and you paint the picture like nobody else.
We've had quite a lot of fun over the years, and
you're just beginning.
We're all in a similar circle, aren't we, Joe?
Well, yeah, with the Barnstormers, Upper Iowa football for 25 years, and in the Hall of Fame there with Rick Heller, and high school football, and all kinds of stuff. It's just great.
No balls in a strike on Weber with runners at second and third. Cade fires a fastball just high and out, 1-1. You look at Coach Heller and the program that he runs, Joe. He means business, doesn't he?
Rick Heller means business.
That's your signature call. 1-1 pitch from Obermueller is a called strike. Low inside corner, it's 1-2 on Weber, who has one of Oregon State's hits today. He singled through the left side back in the first. Cade in a decent spot here. Let's see if he can strike him out. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. 2 in scoring position for the Beavers in the third. Deep breath from Cade. The pitch. Line drive over Wolf's head and into right field. 1 run is in for the Beavers. Throw cut off, and that's all they'll get. It's 1-0 Oregon State in the third, as Weber picks up his second hit of the game. And unfortunately, that's a run that Iowa just gave Oregon State.
Right fielder doing a nice job getting the ball in certain situations. Iowa picked up a big win against Washington in their final game of that series, and these 3 games are very, very important for the Iowa Hawkeyes, as you well know.
Yeah, Coach Heller was telling us, this is a non-conference. They call it the bye week in baseball.
Right.
Usually the bye week isn't as tough of a competition as it is with the 10th ranked team coming to town.
Right.
But you're right about the opportunity. I mean, Oregon State has an RPI of 6, single digits, by far the best value that Iowa has played this year. And so an opportunity for Iowa to really strengthen their resume as we head down the stretch and look for a regional appearance. Iowa still leading the Big Ten by 2.5 games. UCLA, last we checked, they are leading Illinois in the Friday night game. Series opener with the Fighting Illini 3-2 early on in that one. It's been a back and forth start to the game. Oregon hosting Washington this weekend. We'll see Oregon at Banks next weekend. First and third for Oregon State. They've taken the early lead. It's 1-0, just 1 out. A.J. Singer is up, a .321 hitter. Iowa could use a ground ball to the middle infield. Obermueller starts with a slider inside. For ball 1, Singer flied out to right back in the first inning. Cade's 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0. So, Joe, you've got your radio fix in several different areas. You've got Upper Iowa football. You do a lot of local Dowling Catholic.
Dowling Catholic football Friday night, and of course, Upper Iowa, as we mentioned.
2-0 pitch from Cade. There it is, strike 1. And also the voice of Dowling Catholic baseball and softball, is that right?
Yeah. And for 15 years, I had the pleasure and just a terrific experience as the play-by-play voice for the Iowa Barnstormers. I took over for Jim Zabel and on WHO, and that was just a terrific experience for 15 years.
Fastball high from Cade, 3-1. You took over for the Big Z, huh?
Yeah, and met him a number of times, and you know what? It's not all that true. He bought me a couple beers. he really did. I had to press him against the wall a couple times, but he got his credit card out a couple times.
3 balls and a strike on Singer. Cade deals. A fastball for a strike. Low inside corner, full count. This will be a big sequence of pitches now for Obermueller to try to limit the damage, as Oregon State has taken the lead 1-0 in the third. First and third for the Beavs. And just 1 out. This is a big pitch right here. Full count. Cade comes set. And he delivers. Ground ball through the left side. Base hit into left. 2-0 Oregon State.
Right in between third and shortstop. And there was nobody that was going to have a play on that one, John.
The free bases come back to hurt Iowa. Both free bases have scored for Oregon State, and they're still rolling here with runners at first and second and 1 out. 2-0 Beavers. Will have Coach Kenny head to the mound to talk with Cade. A walk to start the inning to the 9-hitter.
No, you know what? Getting back to Rick Heller. Rick Heller played baseball, football, basketball, and baseball at Upper Iowa University. He is in the Hall of Fame. I was one of his first recruits. Played with Gary Rima, amateur ball. It's not semi-pro, it's amateur ball. And that's how I met Rick Heller. And Gary Rima introduced me to him, and I was in between Nyack with a 1.4 GPA. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. And Rick Heller and Gary Rima convinced me to go play football and baseball at Upper Iowa University, and I went there, and ups and downs all around with Rick Heller. But the first time we were in the batting cage, he had bottle caps with a stick. And you could only use if you're a right-hander, you could only use your left hand. He'd throw up the bottle caps and you'd have to go this and use your weight. Unusual at the time. He's the best baseball coach in the state of Iowa's history.
I agree with that. Oh, yeah. Here's Obermueller pitching to Craig. Home run threat here, first and second. Just one out for the Beavers. They've taken a 2-0 lead in the third.
There's not enough time to talk about how great Rick Heller is.
We're going to try our best here in the third inning, Joe. 1-0 from Cade. There's a strike. Backdoor breaker. It's 1-1. I'm going to have to ask him if he still does the bottle caps with the stick. It wouldn't surprise me if he did after 38 years.
Our batting
average 28 years.
The previous year went from like 236 to just under 300.
1-1 pitch from Obermueller. Swing and a miss. Craig way out in front.
We all thought he was nuts.
Sure.
He made me get my hair. He cut my mullet, for crying out loud, before I even got on the bus trip. Now we both have kind of the same haircut. You look better and you're younger than me.
1-2 from Obermueller. Just up. Good looking pitch from Cade. Tried to get the slider. And it stayed upstairs. Obermueller struck out Craig the first time around. Strikeout here would be big. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 on for the Beavers with just 1 out. Cade set. He kicks and fires. Ground ball left side. That is foul. Past a diving Schulte. That took a nasty hop over Coop's glove. Fortunately foul.
John, I have to tell you, every time I tune into you, you paint the picture. You take me there, and that's what radio broadcasting is. You have the art down, and you're only going to get better. Creating the theater of the mind. If I didn't have eyes, I could listen to you, and you take me there.
Coach Heller does a really good job letting us in, so it makes this part really easy. 2-2 fouled back to the netting above the Oregon State on-deck circle. No, our objective, I look forward to having John Evans back in a couple of games, but our objective is to truly bring the listening audience with us. They are a part of this team. Cade ready with the 2-2, looking for a big strikeout. Here it comes. Low, ball 3.
How about that big, beautiful gold Capitol in center field?
Gorgeous.
Des Moines, and you look left to right, and you have downtown Des Moines and the Capitol and the Principal Park's big scoreboard and the Confluence River.
Great.
Beautiful setting.
That's right. Full count pitch. We'll wait for it as Obermueller will turn to second and lob it there. We're so appreciative of the access that Coach Heller gives us. And I'm sure you remember from your days, just bringing as many people along with him.
Oh, man.
Full count pitch to Craig. Obermueller ready. He brings it home. Strike 3 called. Outside corner. He brought it in the back door. He struck out Craig twice.
He didn't like it, but it was there. It painted the black, didn't it?
Backdoor slider. Broke right in at the last moment. Boy, I don't think he had much room to spare.
No.
And now there are 2 outs. Cannon Reeder is up. 2-0 Oregon State in the third. Two on and 2 outs. Cade's first pitch is bunted foul to the left side. We heard in the scout today that Oregon State, they are one of those West Coast offenses where they like to bunt. Maybe not as much as Washington State that we had to deal with earlier this season that gave Iowa a lot of fits.
Yeah, coming back from a road trip recently, yeah.
Yeah, the Oregon State was just at Hawaii. They got back to Corvallis on Wednesday. 0-1 pitch from Cade. Just off the plate, low and out, 1-1. They were supposed to have a midweek against Portland on Wednesday, but that certainly didn't happen. Talking with their SID and radio broadcaster in the booth to the right. Very friendly individuals. Nice to welcome them to the great state of Iowa.
Everybody in this business is so accommodating and helps you out, and it's great to work with so many different people.
Very good camaraderie in the broadcasting business.
Right,
2-1 pitch from Cade. Here it comes. Fly ball right side. That'll go out of play, finding the seats foul. It's 2-2. Cade's pitch count's getting kind of high. We're approaching 70 as he is really labored here in the third. A walk, an error, couple of singles. He's mixed in 2 strikeouts. Oregon State has the lead at 2-0 in the third. Cade ready with the 2-2. Here it comes. Just low. Saw a flinch from the home plate umpire, Eric Lovelace.
He wanted to swing at that. Good eye.
I think a fastball. He blew it by him, but just low.
91 mile an hour.
Full count pitch. Runners will be on the move. Here it comes from Cade. And that's low and in. Kicks off of Rogers. He can't locate it. It lands just to the right of home plate. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the Beavers.
Yeah, he put a fork in it, and fortunately that didn't go all the way back to the backstop. The third base coach did a nice job of holding up the runner at third base, and now with 2 outs, the bases loaded. This young man on the hill has his work cut out for him.
Cade's run into trouble in a few starts in a row here.
You can get out of it right here.
Yeah. Did not get out of it against Washington last weekend. Needs to get out of it here early on Friday night. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch from Cade, slider high. This next pitch will be number 70 from Obermueller, as he's pitching to McIntyre, who struck out in the second. Iowa has some activity in its bullpen. Sam Hart getting loose.
What are they talking about right now? You know, I'm a catcher. I'm just saying, hey, relax, throw strikes, let your defense do the work. I know that sounds cliche, but, you know, at this point, you're still in the ball game. You give up a fat one here, and it might be Katie bar the door and a tough mountain for the Hawkeyes to climb. So throw it to my glove, find the pitch.
1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him.
So you know what? Sometimes those mound visits work, John Leo.
Yeah. And Rogers has that calming presence. He went out there and talked to Cade.
Does he?
Yes.
See, I don't
Very
know.
mellow. 1 ball and 1 strike on McIntyre, the right fielder. Cade's next pitch. Outside and high, ball 2. Iowa will have 7, 8, 9. Nelson, Strohmeyer, and Schulte due up in the bottom of the third, trying to answer the Beavers, as Oregon State has scored 2. Cade trying to keep it there. Obi's 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased the high heater, 2-2.
That's a hard one to lay off of, especially with that count with bases loaded, John Leo. Boy, I tell you what, now the fans are on their feet here at Principal Park.
Here comes the crowd. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And mark that one down. That's a big strikeout for Obermueller. Oregon State leaves the bases loaded. Poor taste in the mouth for Iowa as the Hawkeyes come off the field, giving Oregon State 2 runs. But we'll see how the Hawkeyes respond in the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Beavers. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests with spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. John Leo in the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines. Oregon State has taken the lead. The Beavers on top 2-0 as we get to the bottom of the third. It'll be Andy Nelson, Kellen Strohmeyer, Cooper Schulte, 7, 8, 9 coming to the dish to face off against Eric Segura, out for his third inning of work. Just one hit so far for Iowa. We're joined in this third inning by Joe Stacy, good friend of Coach Heller, and glad to have him in the broadcast booth with us here for the third. Des Moines resident and very popular around the city as well, Joe.
One terrific broadcaster as far as I know.
No balls and a strike on Nelson starting the bottom of the third. Andy chases a pitch inside and fouled it back in on the hands, 0-2.
You know, it's so cool that you're from the same town as I am, Owine, Iowa. Gary, you know, Leo, your name ends in a vowel. So does mine, Stacy, S-T-A-S-I. Your grandfather was my dentist.
Long family ties here, Joe.
Boy. Man, I tell you what.
Nelson a bit late on the fastball, but able to foul it off. Okay, Joe, what does Iowa need to do here to respond and answer back to Oregon State's 2 runs in the top half?
Base runners.
Start with that.
Base runners. You know, you need base runners to score runs.
At some point, this needs to be a long inning, right?
Amen.
Nelson swings over the top of the breaking ball. He strikes out. One away.
That's not the way you do it, but
good pitch there from Segura. That's a good breaker.
Well, I tell you what, if you're looking for something fun to do Saturday and Sunday afternoon, you need to get down to Des Moines and Principal Park. This place, I'm looking, and of course, the Iowa Cubs are one of my clients. I come here frequently. There are close to 7,000 people here tonight, and tomorrow and Sunday it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Get down here.
I think the capacity is just over 11,000.
Yeah.
As Kellen Strohmeyer takes outside for ball 1. And I think you're right, Joe. We'll get the official word from SID Sam Bosler as the game goes along here. But I think we're pushing 7. I think that's a good. And I think Saturday and Sunday we'll see even more here at the park. 1-0 to Strohmeyer in on the shins, ball 2. It's 2-0 Oregon State, bottom of the third.
How are you holding up after all these road trips?
I'm good. Seattle took a lot out of me, though. I tell you what, we got back to Iowa City at 5:15, 5:30 Monday morning. I didn't recover until probably Wednesday.
You're young. 2-0
to Strohmeyer, swing and a miss, 2-1.
Takes a big cut at that fastball, you know. Gosh darn it.
Yeah,
those high heaters are hard to lay off of. You know that. You're a good ball player.
Back in the day, yeah, the high fastball is certainly enticing. 2 balls and a strike. Segura pitches. And Kellen takes in for ball 3.
Hitter's pitch.
Good spot here for Kellen. Kellen has really inserted himself in the starting lineup. He's made several starts in the last few games. This is his 8th of the season.
Everybody playing normal depth in the infield.
3-1 is high and tight, ball 4.
Nice at bat.
Yeah, very well done by Strohmeyer. There's your base runner, Joe. That's what Iowa needs. You know, chip away. There's no panic at all. It's just a little unfortunate of how the top of the third unfolded with a walk, a couple of free bases mixed in.
And Iowa's on top of the Big Ten standings. And they're playing the number 10 team here in the United States of America. It's a big series for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
It is. A chance to...
like to get 2.
Yeah, a chance to see where, you know, Iowa stacks up and really prepare for the rest of the season. Because the rest of the season for the Hawkeyes, every game is going to be just like this. Oregon comes to town next week. You know, they're ranked 5th. They're ranked even higher than Oregon State. And then we get into the Big Ten tournament. And then hopefully a regional if things go right for Iowa down the stretch here.
We'll be at the Big Ten tournament with our family.
Schulte has taken a couple of fastballs down the heart of the plate. He's down 0-2. Love going to Omaha. What a great city and a great place to take in some college baseball.
Thank you very much for the phone call today and to join you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Great moment for both of us here. Pitches in the dirt. Runner taking off for second. Strohmeyer, did he get there? He did not. He is thrown out. It was a good read from Strohmeyer, but what a
Bad
pick
jump
by Weber. Weber picked it out of the dirt in the opposite batter's box and threw it down to second. Strohmeyer caught stealing, and the base runner is wiped away.
Yeah, Strohmeyer tried to get to the back of the base, and he knew he had a bad jump, but it was a great throw by the catcher for the Beavers.
And now with 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch from Segura is grounded foul past Coach Bo at third.
That's what gives Coach Rick Heller gray hairs, even though he looks terrific. Gave him a big hug and a big kiss, told him I loved him, and of course I do.
He means a lot to so many across the state of Iowa in particular. Schulte trying to keep the inning alive here in the third. The 1-2, that's outside, doing a much better job in this at-bat, laying off the slider. Cooper is identifying it out of the hand from Segura. Iowa trailing 2-0. Bottom of the third inning, still early on. Segura out of the windup, pitches the 2-2. Dropped low, ball 3. Iowa looking for a base runner from their 9-hitter Schulte. As Segura out of the windup brings home the 3-2. Cooper popped it up weakly to the left side. The shortstop Arquette is there, and he makes the catch for the third out. Joe, my friend, great having you in the booth.
John Leo, thank you so very much. God bless you and your family. Continued success in what you do. The good Lord has given you a terrific talent to take it to the max, and we are all big fans of yours and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Go Rick Heller. Go Iowa Hawkeyes baseball. Thanks for having me.
There we go. Top of the fourth coming up, Oregon State leading Iowa 2-0. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Well, it's our biggest harvest ever thanks to Pioneer brand Z-Series Enlist E3 soybeans.
Yeah, fastest growing trait technology, the new standard for weed control. Amazing yields.
You don't sound happy.
I guess I just hate it when a great season ends.
Hey, remember what Coach said back in high school?
Just wait till next year.
See why more farmers are switching to America's #1 soybean trait technology at pioneer.com/grow-enlist.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. Your best Hawkeye defense could be vaccines. Iowa HHS reminds you to ask your healthcare provider which ones are right for you and your family. Top of the fourth inning in the series opener in Des Moines, Oregon State leading 2-0. Cade Obermueller back for the fourth. He sits at 73 pitches. Struggled in the third and deals a fastball high to Peterson, the DH. 2 runs, 4 hits, 5 left on for the Beavers. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. Nobody left on for Iowa. 2-0 Oregon State in the fourth. 1-0 pitch from Cade is lined right back up the middle and through to center for a base hit. That took about took the belt strap of Obermueller with it into center. Leadoff single from Peterson. Fifth hit of the game for Oregon State. The last inning they picked up a couple, but a few free bases first. And so that made those singles hurt. Here's the 9-hitter Caraway. He batted in the third. He walked and scored. First pitch strike from Cade. We've been here before where Cade has bounced back nicely after a rocky inning. And we'll need that from Obi here to get a little deeper into the game. Approaching 80 pitches. 0-1 from Cade. That's just low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Short lead at first base from Peterson. Nobody out. And Cade will throw it over. Gets it to Wolf accurately. Peterson does not have a stolen base attempt on the season. The most in the Oregon State lineup is their leadoff hitter, Iva Arquette, who is on deck. He has 5. Pitch is in the dirt. Rogers cannot knock it down. And Peterson takes second. Hasn't been particularly clean from Iowa to start. Here's Obi's 2-1. Line drive into the Iowa dugout. Look out, Mitch Wood. Hello. Looks like everybody's all good, and it's 2-2. Caraway the batter with a runner at second, nobody out. Cade's pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Gable's got it. He stumbles, now gathers and throws to first. Wolf picks it out of the dirt for out number 1. Peterson advances to third. And we'll go to the top of the order. Arquette coming up. He laid down a bunt in the last inning and reached on an error. Coach Heller, however, is making his way to the mound. Obermueller up over 80 pitches. This looks like it'll do it for Cade. Wondering if Iowa starting pitchers are on a pitch count this weekend. Cade's day is done as Coach Heller takes the ball from him. And we'll have a new Iowa pitcher coming into the game when we come back from this pitching change break. Oregon State leading 2-0 in the fourth. Back after this pitching change break, this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Quinn Schulte, I play safety here at the University of Iowa. On the field, I stop the run, I make the tackle, and I get interceptions.
Rosmer to throw, has time. Yes, it's deflected, intercepted again by Quinn Schulte. He's running the other way at the 40-yard line. Hawks have another turnover. We're going to slam the lid, hopefully, down. Here's an interception. That'll do it. And it's Quinn Schulte. And down there, the Hawkeyes will have first and goal.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. New pitcher into the game for Iowa is Sam Hart, right-handed senior from Highland Ranch, Colorado. Hart entering the game, making his 15th appearance on the season, a 6.23 ERA. He's thrown 13 innings this year, given up 6 hits. He struck out 17, walked 10. Opponents bat 140 against Hart. 3/4 arm slot. I don't know if I'd go as far to say sidearm, but he gets it out about 9 o'clock, 9:30 on the clock. And he will come into the game with a runner at third. And one out for the Beavers. And facing the top of their order. Infield in for Iowa. It's 2-0 Oregon State. We're in the top of the fourth. The Beavers threatening to tack on another run with a runner at third and one out. Hart deals just inside. One-0 pitch is hit on the ground, up the middle and through into center field. Mitchell diving for it at shortstop, but it's an RBI single from Arquette, making it 3-0 Oregon State. Sharp ground ball right back up the middle from Arquette. Turley comes up for the Beavers, 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Hart is hit on the ground and fair into the left field corner. Wilmus tracking it down. He picks it up as Arquette is getting the wave around third. He will score on the RBI double from Gavin Turley. And now it's 4-0 Oregon State. That's the second or third hit by the Beavers that just found their way through inside the lines, just tucked them right in. Had one down the first baseline and now one down the third baseline. As Oregon State has done a nice job here in the third and the fourth to lead it 4-0 now. And Weber is up. He's 2 for 2 with a couple singles. Hart set. The 0-1 is hit well to left. Wilmus will watch it go. And this is getting away from the Hawks here in the fourth as Weber hits a 2-run home run over the left field wall. It is 6-0 Beavers. Weber's 8th home run of the season. And Iowa in some trouble now in the middle innings. 4 hits in the fourth for the Beavers, 2 of them extra base hits, and that was the loudest one. Hart deals a strike past Singer. Bases are clear now. Oh, 1 is hit on the ground to short. Gable's got it. He steps and throws across the diamond. Wolf grabs it, 2 down. And that brings up Jacob Craig, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Shift onto the left side as Craig swings and misses at the first pitch. Iowa will have the top of its order due up when we get to the bottom of the fourth. A lot of work to do now for Iowa, down 6-0. The 0-1, check swing. Did he go? They send it down on an appeal to first. They say that he did go. And it's 0-2. Hart in the driver's seat. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Craig still a dangerous hitter. Sam deals. Fastball outside. Hart stumbles off the mound. See what Sam elects to go with here on the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fly ball. Right center field. Risley moving over. Miles looks up. And Risley makes the catch for the 3rd out. Oregon State adds 4. And the Beavers lead it 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
I'm Nick Jackson. I play linebacker here at the University of Iowa. On the field, I stop the run, I make the tackle, I drop in coverage.
3rd down, 11. Straight back to pass to Sullivan. He's running for his life. Down he goes. That's a loss of another 6. Nick Jackson.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Sirius XM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. That includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. John Leo with you from Des Moines here at Principal Park in the broadcast booth. This one's all Oregon State early. It's 6-0 Beavers as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order up for Iowa. It'll be Wilmus, Mitchell, and Moore. As the comeback needs to start pretty soon here for Iowa. Segura pitching for Oregon State. A time through the order for Segura, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk. He has struck out 4. And he struck out Wilmus back in the 1st inning. Here's the 1-0 to Ben. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. The entire field in the shade now as the sun is set over to our left. Gorgeous night right in the heart of Iowa. 1-1 pitch. Wilmus fouled it back. Iowa and Oregon State will battle tomorrow at 3:35 at Principal Park. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Gorgeous day to come out and take in some quality college baseball. Here's the 1-2 to Wilmus. That's up, 2-2. Plenty of time for Iowa. We're in the bottom of the 4th. See if the Hawkeyes can chip away and maybe get into this Oregon State bullpen sooner rather than later. Segura hovering around 50 pitches as the 2-2 comes home and hits Wilmus. Free base awarded, and so Ben will find his way to first base. Some positive news. Illinois up on UCLA 8-6. A big inning for the Illini after they were trailing 6-2 moments ago. Iowa, big Illinois fans this weekend. Gable Mitchell in the box. He grounded out to Segura in his first plate appearance back in the 1st inning. Wilmus with a short lead at first base.
Segura set. He checks on Ben. Now the 1-0 is ripped back to the screen. Big gap in right center if Mitchell can pull one that direction. Pickoff move over to first instead by Segura. One to Gable. Here it comes. That's high and out. Ball 2. Wilmus extending his lead a bit at first. Next pitch to Gable is high and out. Ball 3. Let's go Hawks chant breaking out as the third baseman Caraway comes to talk with his pitcher. There are some Oregon State fans here, but as you would imagine, 95% black and gold rather than black and orange. 6-0 Beavers in the fourth. Couple of rocky innings from Iowa in the third and the fourth. In the third, you could argue it just kind of gave Oregon State a couple of runs, but man, in the fourth, they earned them. And the Beavers lead at 6-0. Iowa trying to chip away here. Leadoff runner on. 3-1 pitch to Gable is on the outside corner, called a strike. Mitchell thought he walked. Full count now. And this feels like a big pitch coming from Segura to Mitchell. Here it is. The 3-2, way outside. Ball 4, Mitchell walks. And Gable is on for the 49th game in a row. Now things could get interesting now here for Iowa, as the Hawkeyes have the first 2 runners on, both via the free base. And here comes Reese Moore. No wind to speak of tonight at Principal Park. First pitch to Reese. He was trying to hit the scoreboard and he missed it. Few swings and misses from Reese tonight. Good cuts though. 2 on, nobody out. Segura's 0-1. Fastball away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reese struck out looking to end the first. Segura ready with the 1-1. Checks on Wilmus at second, now pitches. Reese sends foul down the left field line. That's out of play. Segura has only thrown 53% strikes. Sort of been that wildly efficient, wildly effective pitcher. And he's done a nice job against the Iowa lineup, but time through. But he's hit a batter and now walked one. The 1-2 to Reese. Ground ball, soft spinner, hit to third. Picked up there and thrown to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. Moore beats it out. Mitchell will be out at second. Runners will be at the corners for Iowa and 1 out. As Reese reaches on the fielder's choice. Still an opportunity here for Iowa to get on the board with Caleb Wolf coming up. Wolf singled to left to lead off the second inning. First and third and 1 out for the Hawkeyes. Segura ready to deal to Wolf. First pitch is in there for a strike. Caleb takes it. Good fastball at 91, up and in. A 1 pitch. Wolf hits on the ground through into left field. Base hit from Wolf scores Wilmus. Iowa is on the board. It's now 6-1. Basically the same hit that he had back in the second. This one produces a run. And the Hawkeyes are on the board. And Dan Rogers coming up. Rogers struck out back in the second. 2 on for D-Raj and 1 out. First pitch, Rogers takes outside, ball 1. You don't feel like Iowa needs to get it all back this inning. It'd be great, but boy, you put up 2 or 3 more and really make things interesting here. 1-0 pitch to Rogers. Dan hits in the air, slicing foul over to the left side. That'll get out of play. Rogers a bit late on 92. Plenty of room in right center for D-Raj. The 1-1, that's in the dirt. Good block by Weber. Weber, you can just tell. Brick wall behind the plate as Oregon State's catcher. He's done a nice job in this game on a couple of pitches in the dirt from Segura. Here's the 2-1 to Rogers. In the dirt again, backhand stop. To prevent it from going to the backstop, it's 3-1. Iowa knocking at the door. In the 4th, love the fight. No doubt about that. Hawkeyes trailing 6-1. 3 balls and a strike on Rogers. The pitch. That's low, ball 4, and they're loaded for Risley. Several Iowa fans on their feet, urging the rest of them around them to get on their feet with them. And some energy back in this place. Time called by Oregon State. They'll have a mound visit. Bases are loaded for Miles Risley. Oregon State just now sending somebody to their bullpen. Both bullpens here are within the field of play, but beyond the white lines. Oregon State down to the right. They've got a right-hander getting loose. 6-1 is the score, but the Hawkeyes feel like they're right in it. Risley bats .400 with the bases loaded. There's just 1 out. Miles did ground into a double play his first time up back in the second. All right, here we go. Big spot right in the middle of the game. Iowa trying to mount the comeback. It's 6-1 Beavers. Bases loaded for Risley. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Right in on the kneecaps, just about hit him. Corners in for the Beavers. Middle infield back. 1 ball, no strikes on Risley with 1 out. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Risley. Good cut. Outfield playing straight up to defend Miles. Risley, a .307 hitter. He's got some pop, 7 doubles, 6 home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Segura. Called a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-2. Miles will take a minute outside of the box and gather himself. Watch out for the spin here. 1-2 to Risley. Ground ball right back up the middle off of Segura's glove and through! It's into center field! 1 run is in! Here comes another! 2-run score as Risley puts it in play. It's 6-3. It went off of Segura's glove. The shortstop, Arquette, moved over. It took a funny hop on him and got into center field. Runners are at the corners now for Iowa. Still just 1 out for Andy Nelson. Single for Risley up the middle, brings home a couple. Iowa within striking distance now. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Here's Andy Nelson. First pitch outside, ball 1. Nelson struck out back in the 3rd. Principal Park ready to explode. Iowa within 3. The 1-0 pitch to Nelson. That's low, ball 2. Hitters count for Nelson. The 2-0. Fouled it back. Good cut by Andy. Here comes the crowd. Two balls and a strike on Nelson. The pitch. High and tight. Ball 3. The Beavers are teetering a bit. Kellen Strohmeyer on deck. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Doesn't feel much like a Friday night game. High scoring so far. 3-1 to Andy. Breaking ball, dropped it in there for a strike. Great pitch from Segura, full count. He goes with the spin to get a strike across. Full count. 1 out, runners at the corners. The pitch to Nelson. Here it comes. It's in the dirt, ball 4. They're loaded up again. This time for Kellen Strohmeyer. Time called again by Oregon State. They're making a pitching change. Segura will not make it out of the 4th. Iowa has the Beavers on their heels. New pitcher coming into the game for Oregon State. We will introduce him in a moment. We'll take a pitching change break. We're back in a second. It's 6-3 Oregon State in the 4th, but Iowa has the bases loaded and 1 out. We're back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
This is the sound of grilling season. It's time to get back to cookouts, to gathering with friends and family, and making memories. And with Hy-Vee's lower prices on thousands of items all over the store, you can still get the best quality meat and everything else you need for your barbecues at prices that will make you smile. Get back to grilling for less, with a little help from Hy-Vee.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing Game Day Traditions First. and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular built for us. Iowa chipping away at Oregon State. The Hawkeyes have scored 3 runs. It's 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded for Kellen Strohmeyer, who will face a new Oregon State pitcher. This is Leif Palmer, a right-handed sophomore from Golden, Colorado. Palmer into the game, and this is a heavy fastball guy. About 80% of his pitches are fastballs. He's a miss or middle reliever for Oregon State, 93-95 with that fastball as Palmer comes into the game for Oregon State. But man, is he one of their best. 13th appearance, a sub-1 ERA, 0.84 ERA for Palmer. 21 in the 3rd innings pitched. He struck out 16. He's walked 12. Opponents bat 147 against Palmer, the new Oregon State pitcher. Kellen Strohmeyer up. With the bases loaded. Just 1 out. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. 6-3 Beavers. This place will erupt if Strohmeyer gets on. First one to Kellen. Low, ball 1. Strohmeyer does not have an at-bat with the bases loaded this season. With runners on, he bats an even 400. The 1-0. Kellen hits on the ground to second base. Flip to second for 1, over to first, double play. 3 runs for Iowa, got back into the game, but Palmer induces a major double play there to extinguish the threat. And we'll move on to the 5th with Oregon State leading 6-3. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. All right, we're on to the 5th inning. At Principal Park in Des Moines, Iowa has scratched across 3 runs, and so now Oregon State leads 6-3. And the Hawkeyes will go to the bullpen and bring in Justin Hackett. Hackett into the game for Iowa. Right-handed junior from Winterset, just down the road to the southwest of Des Moines. Hackett making his 13th appearance. He also has a sub-1 ERA at 0.69. 1-0 record for Hack, 13 innings pitched. He struck out 26, walked 8. Opponents bat a measly .093. against him. Hackett will face 6, 7, 8, Reeder, McIntyre, and Peterson. And after Iowa grabs some momentum back, this proves to be a big inning in the 5th. A shutdown inning would solidify your feeling about this game, and that Iowa has the possibility, has the potential to come back. Try to keep Oregon State at 6. Free bases given to Iowa really helped the Hawks in the 4th. Hackett pitching to Reeder. And there's a first pitch strike. Good changeup from Hackett, inner third. Reeder's been on twice today. He singled in the second. He walked in the third. 6-3 Beavers, top of the fifth on a gorgeous night in downtown Des Moines. Hackett out of the windup, brings home the 0-1. That's off the plate away. Count even at 1 as Hackett deals. Swing and a miss. He had Reeder fooled. Way out in front of 79. Rogers setting up low and out. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hackett sets down Reeder, one away in the Beaver fifth. Pinch hitter coming to the plate for Oregon State. They'll go to the left side. First left-hander that they'll send into the batter's box. Looks like this will be Easton Talt. Junior outfielder from Everett, Washington. Left-handed hitter. And Talt bats .286. He has started 45 of Oregon State's 47 games. And he'll come in for the freshman McIntyre in right, you'd be led to believe. Hackett ready to pitch. First one on its way. That's high and out. Illinois has added to its lead. It is 9-6 Illini in the top of the seventh. They lead UCLA. Illinois scored 7 runs in the bottom of the fifth inning. But it looks like a back and forth game as Talt takes a strike. So hold on for dear life, Illinois. We'll get you a full scoreboard update coming out of the next break. Talt entering for Oregon State in the fifth. The 1-1 from Hackett is bunted down the third base line. It's a beauty. Schulte picks it up. Throw on the run is in time. He got him. Bang, bang play at first. Coop was smooth coming in from third. Picked it up, glove right to the hand, put it right on the money, and Wolf able to snag it, 2 down. Peterson up now for the Beavers. Peterson is 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored in the Oregon State fourth. 3 infielders to the left of second base for Iowa. 1-0 pitch. That dropped low, missed with the change. Here's the 2-0. Hackett able to find the zone. Back to the changeup. It's been a great pitch from Justin. He's really developed it in recent weeks as he has fought for some weekend time and has certainly earned it. Off to a good start tonight. 2-1 pitch from Hackett. That's low and in, ball 3. Trying to battle back into the count here, the 3-1 to Peterson. This is lined sharply foul into the seats over to the left. Up over the netting, so that found some fans. And the count's now 3-2. as Hackett is on the rubber. Out of the windup, here's the pitch from Justin. In the dirt, ball 4. Went back to the changeup, but held onto it a bit too long, and it's a 2-out walk of Peterson that'll bring up Caraway, the 9-hitter. As we look back and close the book on a couple of Iowa pitchers, Cade Obermueller got the start. He went 3 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 5. He did commit 2 errors. Sam Hart came in relief. 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs. Hackett fires up and into Caraway to start his at-bat. Segura, the starter for Oregon State, he also went 3 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs. Walked 4, struck out 4, as Hackett gets a swing and a miss. So both starting pitchers fail to make it through the 4th inning. Be surprised if Obi wasn't on a bit of a pitch count. One. Just up. 2 balls and a strike now. Look good from up here. Worried about Caraway pulling it to the left side. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Steady diet of changeups from Hackett. He gets back on the rubber. And he's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Couple of strikeouts for Hackett in the 5th. And there's the shutdown inning from the Hawkeye pitching staff and defense. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Beavers lead it 6-3. Back in a moment. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hello, Hawkeye fans. This is Ben McCullum, the head coach of the Iowa men's basketball team. Returning to Iowa City as the head coach is a dream come true. The passion of Iowa fans is unmatched, and I'm incredibly excited to get started on this new journey together. I look forward to seeing our fans on campus across the state and throughout the nation. Here's to big things coming and an exciting future ahead. Go Hawks!
U.S. Bank is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes. We're in it with you for the good stuff and all the hard work it takes to get there. Because together there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Quick scoreboard update brought to you by U.S. Bank. Penn State leading Rutgers in the bottom of the 9th, 7-5 at Rutgers. Maryland all over Minnesota, 8-2 in Minneapolis in the 8th. Nebraska and Michigan in a pitcher's duel. The Huskers lead the Wolverines 3-1 in Lincoln. Illinois up 9-6 on UCLA, top 7. Runners at the corners for the Bruins and just 1 out there. At Wrigley Field in Chicago, Northwestern jumping on Ohio State 10-2 in the 7th. Washington and Oregon are just underway. Oregon quick to strike. It's 2-0 Ducks in the 1st. One final, Indiana up 8-0 on Purdue, and Michigan State and USC will start later. Cooper Schulte to start the bottom of the 5th for Iowa as the Hawkeyes trail 6-3. Palmer still pitching for the Beavers. 0-1 to Coop. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Palmer's thrown 22 innings this year and has allowed 2 runs. So the Beavers go to one of their best out of the bullpen in the middle of tonight's game. Count is 0-2 on Schulte. Here's the pitch. Cooper hits on the ground. Arquette, the shortstop, with a backhand play, and casually throws it across for out number 1. We'll flip it to the top of the order. Ben Wilmes is up for his 3rd plate appearance. 0 for 1 tonight for Ben. He was hit by a pitch to start the 4th, and that helped Iowa get things going. Palmer, the right-hander from the stretch, pitches to Wilmes, a low strike call. Not sure that Loveless, the home plate umpire, will go much lower than that. No balls and a strike. The pitch to Ben. Good breaking ball. Outside corner, 0-2. Ben turns away with disgust. Palmer working quickly for the Beavers. As he comes set with the 0-2, he brings it home to Wilmes. Ben hits into the gap in right center field. Both outfielders on the run. They cannot get there. It's all the way to the wall. Wilmes with a double. First extra base hit of the night for the Hawkeyes. Opposite field gapper from Ben. And here comes Gable Mitchell. He walked back in the 4th. Facing Palmer for the first time. Fastball, low and out. Palmer has thrown 8 pitches. 9 now, and only 2 of them have been out of the zone, so he's been filling it up. Usually a lot of fastballs, but I've seen him throw a few sliders. They've been pretty good. 1-0 to Gable. Mitchell fouled it off, straight back. Gable batting .348 this season. Ground out and a walk tonight, looking for a base hit here. With 1 out, the 1-1 pitch. Low and out, called a strike, 1-2. Gable taking a minute before getting back in the box. Now he's in there. Wilmes, the runner at second base for Iowa. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Palmer ready. And he brings it home. Gable slapped it foul opposite field. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Iowa trailing by 3. Plenty of time here, bottom of the 5th. Like to keep the pressure on Oregon State. Leif Palmer, the pitcher for the Beavers, back on the rubber. He's ready with the 1-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss by Gable. 2 down. And here comes Reese Moore with 2 outs. See if he can bring in that runner from second base after Wilmes doubled with 1 out. Every run is a big one in the middle innings. First pitch to Reese, line drive into right, and it is down and past the right fielder, all the way to the wall. Hawkeyes on the run. Wilmes scores. Moore's headed for third. He has a stand-up triple. We'll see how it's scored, but it's 6-4. Here come the Hawkeyes. Moore's 3rd triple of the season. Iowa within 2. Here's Caleb Wolf, first pitch in the dirt. There's just no quit in this Hawkeye team. They've scored the last 4 runs. And Caleb Wolf is up. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI tonight. Palmer on the rubber for Oregon State. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Caleb hit it foul over to the left, just late on 94. Count even at 1. A huge run there at third base. That's Reese Moore, who just brought Iowa within 2. The 1-1. Caleb fouled it off again over to the left. Palmer heated that up at 95. Wolf in defense mode now. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Palmer set. Here's the pitch. Low. 2-2. Took something off there at 89. Count even at 2. Moore, the runner at third with 2 outs. Iowa down 6-4. Here's the pitch to Wolf. That's up. Ball 3. Couple of Oregon State defenders leaning towards the right side of the field. Thought they had strike 3. Instead, the count's full. Wolf back in the box. Palmer on the rubber. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. Full count. Here it is. Caleb hits on the ground to second. Scooped up there by Singer. He'll throw it over to first to retire the side. Another run across for Iowa. As the Hawkeyes have scored the last 4, Oregon State leads it 6-4. We'll bring you the 6th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Join the Swarm and team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Dwayne Banks Field, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Top of the 6th inning in Des Moines, the series opener with the 10th-ranked Oregon State Beavers. And it's been an entertaining game to this point as Oregon State leads it 6-4. The sun has set in Des Moines. So we get a good look at the downtown Des Moines skyline over to our left. The golden chrome dome of the Capitol building beyond center field. Beautiful skyline. Justin Hackett returns to pitch the 6th, and he deals strike 1 to Iva Arquette. It's the top of the Oregon State order up now. The 0-1 pitch from Hackett is popped up right side. Rogers giving it a look after removing his mask, but it will find the seats about 6 rows back. On a foul ball, it's 0-2. Arquette's been on a couple of times today. He singled his last time up. It drove in a run. He would later score in the inning. He has 2 runs scored tonight. So when he gets on, it's been good for the Beavers, bad for the Hawks. 0-2 as Hackett out of the windup brings it home. Strike 3 called. A punch out for Hackett. He had Arquette fooled. And the Stars shortstop knew it. 1 away. Great pitch from Hackett. Went fastball instead of the changeup that he's been relying on so frequently in this outing. One away for Turley, who doubled in a run. Back in the 4th. First pitch from Hackett. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball that he's out in front of. Hackett relatively local from Winterset, just to the south and west of Des Moines. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Justin. That's upstairs. Several Iowa players from this area. Depends on how far you want to stretch the radius, I suppose. Winterset's about a 35-40 minute drive. 1-1 is waved at and missed. 1-2. Base is empty for the Beavers in the 6th. They lead at 6-4. Here's the 1-2 from Hackett. Fouled off the end of the bat, a spinner near the on-deck circle. And we'll do it again. Another 1-2 pitch on its way home from Hackett. Here it is. Missed upstairs, 2-2. There's nobody in Iowa's bullpen that's throwing. And honestly, why would there be? Hackett has done a very nice job in innings 5 and now to the start of 6. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away in the Beavers 6th. The pitch from Hackett. Got a piece of it, just fouled it back into the pad. Justin with an offset stance as he addresses the rubber, his left foot in front of his right. Brings the glove to his face, now begins his motion home. The 2-2 popped up again over to the right. Wolf giving it a look. It'll go beyond the Oregon State dugout. Finding some seats. Foul. Turley with a strikeout today. Justin's trying to throw his best to get him here. The 2-2. Another foul ball. Turley hanging tough. 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout today. He has 48 strikeouts and 180 at bats. But a very good hitter for the Beavers. A lot of power. Bats .350. And pretty selective too with 35 walks. Another 2-2 from Hackett. Swing and a miss. He got him to chase. Back-to-back strikeouts for Justin. 2 down in the 6th. Two away for Wilson Weber. He's been a thorn in our side today. 3 for 3. 2 singles and a 2-run home run. That was his last outcome there in the 4th. Put the Beavers up 6-0. Since then, though, Iowa scored 4 in a row. Couple strikeouts for Hackett in this inning. Just low to Weber to make the count 2-0. Justin ready. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's low and out, ball 3. And at risk of allowing a walk here, the 3-0 is on the inside corner. 3-1. See if Hackett can battle all the way back. He gets a ground ball to short. Gable picks it up off the dirt, throws it across the diamond for the 3rd out. Look at Justin Hackett coming off the mound. Fired up, 3 down. Tip your cap for Hack. Nicely done, Justin. He holds the Beavers again. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th after this. Iowa down 6-4. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Hey, Hawkeye fans, want to win cash? How about an exclusive meet and greet with a NASCAR Cup Series champion driver? Maybe a shot at $1 million is more your thing. Hey, that sounds pretty good. You could win one of these prizes when you enter the NASCAR Race Weekend promotion from the Iowa Lottery. Get your Powerball double play ticket at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer, and it could be your ticket to win big. Enter today and find details at ialottery.com. John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines. Highly entertaining series opener between 10th ranked Oregon State and Iowa. The Beavers lead at 6-4. The crowd's certainly in it now after the Hawkeyes have rattled off 4 runs in a row after falling behind Oregon State 6-0. And for Iowa, it was 3 runs in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. The lines for both teams: 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for the Beavers. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 3 left on for the Hawkeyes. As Dan Rogers will lead off the 6th. Facing Palmer, first pitch strike from the Oregon State reliever. Reese Moore's triple from the 5th has been changed. The scoring has been changed to a single and an E9 as the ball got by right fielder McIntyre. I believe it was actually Talt. Rogers swings at this pitch, drives it into the sky and left. The catch is made there by Turley, 1 away. Yes, it was Talt, the right fielder, not McIntyre, that let that ball get by him back in the 5th. Rogers flies out to start the 6th inning. And here comes Miles Risley. He singled his last time up. First pitch to Miles. Low inside corner for strike 1. That's a good take from Miles. That pitch is hard to do much with. The 0-1. Risley popped it up. First base side. Fans scattering, but the first baseman is over. And Craig makes the catch right in front of the Oregon State dugout for out number 2. Nice to have our board op Michael listening tonight. We're thinking of Michael, who's had to step away to take care of some matters. Michael is our typical board op, does a great job for us. We've got Lacey filling in tonight. Lacey's doing an awesome job to cover for Michael. We wish Michael a speedy recovery and hopefully can bring Michael a couple of wins down the stretch here. Thanks for listening, Michael. Andy Nelson is up in the Hawkeye 6th. Iowa down 6-4. Base is empty with 2 outs. The pitch to Andy is outside, 2-0. Palmer fills up the strike zone. He's thrown 26 pitches, 20 of them for strikes. A lot of fastball from Palmer, mid-90s, still cooking around that temperature. As he deals one past Nelson there, making the count 2-1. Certainly keeping our eye on several scores around the Big Ten. The biggest one is Illinois and UCLA for Iowa tonight. 2-1, Andy takes another strike, 2-2. UCLA has runners at second and third in the 8th with 2 outs. It is 9-6 Illinois. Hopefully Illinois can get out of that jam. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, Andy hits it right side, just to the right of first base. Foul. Andy 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. He did walk back in the 4th. Palmer ready. Andy taking his time. Now Nelson's back in the box. Here's the pitch. Andy hits on the ground. Base hit into left. 2 strike, 2 out. Single from Nelson. His first hit of the night. Kellen Strohmeyer making his way to the plate after Nelson gets on with a lightning quick swing through the zone. Strohmeyer was up in the 4th, had the bases loaded, bounced into a double play. He can change his fortune with this at bat. Iowa down by 2, bottom 6. First pitch to Kellen. That's across for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Kellen hits on the ground, right side. Second baseman Singer picks it up and flips it to the bag at second. Arquette is there waiting to record the out. Nothing doing for Iowa. We're through the 6th. And it's 6-4 Beavers. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Your best Hawkeye defense could be vaccines. Iowa HHS reminds you to ask your healthcare provider which ones are right for you and your family. Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville, featuring Bunkers Bar and Grill. Enjoy a great Bunkers menu with burgers, chicken, salads, and wraps, and Gimme's Pizza and Wings, a new pop-up menu at Bunkers that's all about savory pizzas and mouth-watering wings. To-go orders are welcome, as are you and your family, at Brown Deer Golf in Coralville. John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Principal Park in Des Moines. 6-4 Oregon State. As we get to the 7th inning, middle of the order, Singer, Craig, and Reeder up for the Beavers. Justin Hackett still pitching for Iowa. It's going to be a nail-biter in Champaign. UCLA scored a couple runs in the 8th. It's 9-8 Illinois. There are 2 outs, but the Bruins have 2 on. Top of the 8th. 3 errors by Illinois. Top of the 9th inning, Nebraska looking to close out Michigan. 3-2 is the score there. The Huskers out in front. Hackett pitching to Singer. Change up low and out. Oregon jumped all over Max Banks, the Washington ace, in the first inning, putting 4 runs across. 1-1 pitch from Hackett. That's upstairs. Ball 2. Looks like Maryland will knock off Minnesota. They're in the bottom of the 9th. It's 8-2 Terps. Michigan State on the board first, 1-0 over USC in California. So a swing and a miss by Singer, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Penn State beat Rutgers 7-5. And Northwestern run-ruled Ohio State 12-2. Next pitch from Hackett is swung on and missed. Singer chased a changeup in the dirt. Good pitch from Hackett. And there's 1 away to start the 7th. Justin is dealing. That's his 5th strikeout of the outing. Rather of the outing, not the inning, but the outing for Hackett. As he pitches just outside to Craig. Craig 0 for 3 for the Beavers. But he can strike at a moment's notice. A couple of strikeouts for him tonight. He flied out to center back in the 4th. Hackett deals in the dirt. Counts now 2-0. Three infielders to the left of second base as Hackett deals. And Craig fouls it back. Illinois escapes the top of the 8th. They still have the lead. It's 9-8 Illini. And Illinois coming to the plate to hit. Next pitch from Hackett. Swing and a miss. Craig behind on 88. As Justin has worked all the way back to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out of the windup, here's the pitch. Just low. Change up with good movement, rolled right off the table. Could not get Craig to offer at it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hackett up over 40 pitches now in this relief appearance. And he deals the full count pitch. Strike 3 called! He got him at the knees! Back-to-back strikeouts for Hackett, 2 down. Here comes Reeder. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Struck out his last time up back in the 5th. First pitch, tapped foul, past third. Good start from Justin to get that first pitch strike. Bases empty and 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch from Hackett. That's high. Close but high. One Reeder showing a bunt, pulled it back. Pitch drifted low and out. Talt is on deck for the Beavers. I'd rather see him in the 8th than the 7th. We'll see if Hackett can retire the side by getting Reeder. 2 balls and a strike. Hackett out of the windup. The right-hander delivers. Line drive foul towards the Iowa bullpen. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Hackett will take a moment on the backside of the mound. Now climbs back up onto the rubber. Justin ready to roll. Reeder in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Justin is ready. Hackett out of the windup, grips it and rips it. Fly ball, foul. And we'll do it again. Hackett with 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. Looking for number 7. The 2-2 pitch from Hackett. Here it comes. Another line drive foul over to the left. Reeder trying to time up the changeup. Hackett's thrown it a couple times now. See if he goes to the fastball. Another 2-2 from Hackett. Here it comes. Off the plate outside, ball 3. It was away. Iowa fans won it, but it was out. And we'll get set for a full count pitch from Hackett, just building the tension. Justin's ready. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Hackett strikes out the side. 7 Ks for Hackett. Sit on down. Time to stretch things out in Des Moines. It's 6-4 Oregon State. We'll be back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com. Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Oregon State 6, Iowa 4. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Jackson Frost will pinch hit for Cooper Schulte. To start the bottom of the 7th, Iowa trailing Oregon State in a thrilling Friday night game. It's currently 6-4. Palmer continues to pitch for the Beavers. And for Palmer, this will be his 3rd inning of work. He's thrown 3 innings 3 times this year, at UCLA against Oregon and at Hawaii a few days ago on May 4th. Palmer has not allowed an earned run in any outing except for that against Oregon on April 29th. He gave up 2. Other than that, absolute nails out of this Oregon State reliever. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-4 Beavers. Frost batting from the right side, pinch hitting. The 1-1 pitch from Palmer is low, dropped below the knees. 2 balls and a strike on Frost. Hackett and Palmer have gone punch for punch, blow for blow out of the respective bullpens. Both have been outstanding. 2-1 to Frost. Jackson shows the bunt, pulled it back, and it's a called strike outside corner. 2-2 now. Top of the order, Ben Wilmus is on deck. Base runners, base runners, base runners. 2-2 to Frost. Ground ball up the middle, but right to the second baseman. Singer throws it over to first, 1 away. Oregon State's ranked 8th in the country in fielding percentage. They just don't make any mistakes. You got to earn it against the Beavers. 10th ranked in the country. Ben Wilmus, the batter. And he takes ball 1. One out to Ben, low and out. This will be pitch number 40 from Palmer. His season high is 46 that he threw against Oregon in the aforementioned outing that he allowed 2 runs. Mound visit for the Beavers. As we've passed the 9 o'clock hour in Des Moines. They're going to the 9th in Champaign. Illinois holding on for dear life. It's 9-8. 3 outs away from really helping the Hawkeyes out. As odd as that sounds, Illinois helping Iowa? Huh. That's rare. Pretty bitter rivalry in most sports. Wilmus just about hit by the pitch as he was squaring to bunt. Couldn't clip a button on his uniform, though. And he turns away, and the count's now 3-0. Palmer's been all over the place to Ben, the 3-0. That's right down the pipe, 3-1. Red light for Ben. Wilmus is 1 for 2 tonight. He hit a double to the right center wall his last time up. Just need base runners here in the 7th. Down by 2. 3-1 from Palmer. Ben cranks to left. It's a base hit. Top spin single from Wilmus. Dropped in front of Turley. And the tying run comes to the plate for Iowa in the 7th. It's Gable Mitchell. Wilmus took an inside pitch and got turned around on it. Hit it into left. The fans, Iowa and Oregon State alike, have gotten their money's worth tonight. A heck of a start to this series. Time called. That's going to do it for Palmer. Pitching change for the Beavers as they'll go to the bullpen. We'll introduce a new Beaver pitcher when we come back out of this pitching change break. It is 6-4 Oregon State, but the Hawkeyes have the tying run at the plate. We're back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
For comprehensive coverage of college baseball, tune to Sirius XM Big Ten Radio Channel 372 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/Big Ten Radio 2025. New pitcher into the game for Oregon State is Kellen Oakes, a right-handed junior from Canby, Oregon. Oakes comes in for the Beavers, making his 14th appearance with a 1-0 record, a 4.50 ERA for Oakes, the right-hander. 26 innings pitched. He struck out 36, walked 15. He's allowed 23 hits, 18 runs, 13 of which have been earned. Opponents bat .230 against Oakes. From Oakes, we'll see a lot of fastball again, but a traditional approach from Oakes, the pitcher. Sweepy slider. And again, like a lot of these Oregon State arms, mid-90s with the fastball. Gable Mitchell is up with one out. Wilmus the runner at first. First pitch to Gable. Good, healthy hack, and he fouled it straight back into the webbing. Attendance tonight just short of 7,000. 6,966. Great crowd to start this series. No balls and a strike on Mitchell. The pitch. Gable scooped under it and hit it foul over to the left. UCLA has the tying run aboard in the ninth. The runner at first and one out. It's 9-8. Illinois. Iowa trying to come back tonight against Oregon State. The 0-2 to Mitchell is high and out. 6-4 Beavers, bottom 7. Ball and 2 strikes on Gable. The pitch outside. Gable was leaning forward a bit, but he stayed away from the pitch from Kellen Oakes. They've got Gable shifted to pull over to the right. Pickoff move to first as Wilmus gets back. Tying run for UCLA moves up to second base with one out. A lot of room in the left center gap. The corner outfielders are playing very deep against Mitchell, who cranks one to right. Right fielder looking up. It is gone. Gable Mitchell ties us up at 6 in the 7th. He got all of that one. Ha-ha! A swing and a drive by Gable. We're tied at 6. How about these Hawkeyes? 6 unanswered from the Hawks. Here's Reese Moore, bases empty, and 1 out. This place erupted. First pitch to Reese is outside. Listen to this crowd. One 0 pitch to Reese. That's outside. 2-0. The pitch from Oaks. That caught the outside corner, 2-1. Iowa is in position to be in position. They've come all the way back and tied it up at 6. The 2-1 to Reese. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Oaks is settled back in. The 2-2 to Reese. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Good pitch. 2 down. For Gable, that's his 5th home run of the season. Might be the biggest one. Iowa and Oregon State tied at 6th. Bottom of the 7th. Coach Sutherland calling an offensive timeout. He will talk with Caleb Wolf. Wolf will come up with 2 outs and nobody on. Caleb has a couple of hits tonight. First pitch, outside edge, called a strike. The 0-1. Wolf takes up and in. I think Iowa's pitching plan has changed a little bit now. After going from Obermueller to Hart and Hackett, Anthony Watts is getting loose in the Hawkeye bullpen. 1-1, the pitch to Wolf. Hit in the air, left side. That'll go out of play, foul. Illinois doing their best to give it away. Man, oh man. They're up by 1, but they have given UCLA some free bases. 2nd and 3rd for the Bruins and 1 out. Here's the 1-2 to Wolf. That drifted away. 2-2. Here in Des Moines, the Hawkeyes have stormed all the way back to tie it up at 6. 2-2 to Wolf. He got a piece of it, knocked it foul. Over to the left. So we'll do it again as Oaks gets back on the rubber. The right-hander out of the windup pitches, and Caleb laid off. Full count now. Rogers is on deck. We'd like to see D-Raj get a shot at things here in the 7th. The 3-2. Wolf sends in the air to the left center field gap. Left fielder on the run. He can't get there. It's off the wall. Wolf with a double, his 3rd of the season in the inning, continues for the black and gold. Here comes Dan Rogers. Go-ahead run at second base. Rogers has reached once tonight. It was a walk. D-Raj in the box. First pitch to him. High fly ball to right. Right fielder moving over towards the line. Now he comes in a few steps. He's camped, and he caught it for the third out. D-Raj just missed it. He scooped under it. But Iowa has tied it up. Gable Mitchell with a 2-run home run. We'll head to the 8th. All knotted up at 6. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Hi, this is Joe Mershman from Mershman Seeds. Substitutions cost you money. Why take their seconds when you can have our first choice? Here's Ben Paper to tell you more about Mershman Power Core Enlist corn.
We are way ahead of Big Seed on this one. This corn has 4 different post-herbicide tolerances, multiple modes of action for above-ground pests, and it is some of the highest-yielding corn genetics that are out on the market today.
If you're one of the many that got substituted on your corn hybrid last spring, contact your local Mershman Seeds dealer today and ask them about Power Core Enlist corn. From Mershman Seeds, your friend in the field.
Great crowd on hand tonight, just shy of 7,000 at Principal Park in the shadow of the Capitol building here in Des Moines. Iowa and Oregon State are tied at 6. And as we head to the 8th inning, the Hawkeyes will bring in a new pitcher. Anthony Watts, right-handed junior from a suburb of Des Moines. Here comes Watts from Clive. He enters the game in the 8th. A local product. Watts appearing for the 20th time, the team high 20th time. Watts with a 4-3 record, 3.82 ERA, 35 1/3 innings pitched, 40 strikeouts, 11 walks, 23 hits allowed, 15 runs. Opponents bat 184 against Tony. And Watts will face 7, 8, and 9. In Champaign, UCLA has tied the game in the 9th. 9-9, they still are batting with runners at the corners and 2 outs. We might as well just turn that one off and hope that Illinois can walk it off in the bottom half of the inning. But here in Des Moines, this has been all of our attention honing in on this comeback effort from the Hawkeyes, who have scored the last 6 to tie it up in the 8th. First pitch strike from Watts to Talt. Talt grounded out to third. Back in the 5th inning. Talt is a left-handed hitter, the only one in the Beaver lineup tonight. Watts ready, the 0-1. Check swing, got his hands started. He did not go through the zone, though, 1-1. Oregon State led 6-0 heading to the bottom of the 4th. Iowa put up 3 to cut it in half. Have come all the way back. We're tied at 6 in the 8th. 1-1. Low and in. Missed again with the off speed. Talt bats 284. And Watts wants a new baseball, so he'll get one. Deep breath from Tony as he's ready from the belt. Here's the 2-1. Bounced in front of the plate. Watts has missed on 3 in a row now. Let's see if Tony can rein it back in and bring it all the way back. And they're just going to award Talt first base. closing the book on Justin Hackett. 3 innings out of the bullpen. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. If Iowa can come back and take the lead and win this game, game ball to Justin Hackett. Here's Tice Peterson, the DH. He's showing an early bunt. Frost, the third baseman, coming down, and Watts hit him. 2 free bases now. Come on. After all this effort and work, got to make him earn it. And a walk and a hit batter puts a couple runners on. For the Beavers with nobody out, and Coach Kenny is making his way to the mound. UCLA has taken the lead on Illinois in the 9th. It's 10-9. That's disappointing. Illinois had the lead and they blew it. Here in Des Moines, we're tied at 6. 7 and 8 hitters have reached via the free base. And now the 9-hitter Caraway comes up with the dangerous Arquette on deck. And it looks like Oregon State might be making a change here, a pinch hitter coming in. And Coach Heller is coming out of the dugout. He's going to talk with the home plate umpire. Pinch hitter will be Dawson Santana, who on the Oregon State roster is listed as number 28. He's wearing a different uniform tonight, so we had to figure out who this is. It's Dawson Santana. Comes up. His objective is to bunt. First and second, nobody out. He bunted it in the air. Wolf caught it at first base. Whoa! No advancement of the runners, as Santana popped it right up to Wolf. And now to the top of the order, Watts facing Arquette. First and second still with 1 out. The spot gets bigger. The pitch from Tony. Hit well to right. This is trouble. Strohmeyer over. Kellen still running. He caught it right in front of the wall. Runner from second will tag to third. It stayed in the ballpark. That's the most important piece. And if Santana had gotten that bunt down, Oregon State would have the lead. Instead, first and third, 2 outs, and we're still tied. Watts will pitch to Turley. Tie ball game in the 8th. Can Watts and the Hawkeyes get out of this jam? Watts ready for the first pitch to Turley. Here it comes. Strike one, low outside corner. Everybody on the edge of their seat at Principal Park. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did! 0-2. Wasn't going to be a called strike, but Turley committed. Who needs seats at Principal Park? The fans aren't using them. They're on their feet. 0-2 with 2 outs. Watts ready. He kicks and fires. Away and in the dirt. Rogers slid over to stop it. One ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Watts ready. The pitch. It's in the dirt. Rogers knocked it down. And that's a big play from D-Raj. Tony's overthrown a couple in a row now. And Rogers has saved Iowa's bacon. Holy smokes. The runner at first moved to second on the pitch in the dirt. So 2 in scoring position now for the Beavers. The count is 2-2 on Turley. Watts ready. Here it comes. In the dirt again. Ball 3. Boy, he got to 0-2, and now he's spiked 3 pitches in a row. All right, Tony. Take a deep breath. Fans remaining on their feet, proving the seats to be useless in this moment. Watts ready with the 3-2. Here it comes. Fouled off. And we'll do it again. Turley, one of Oregon State's very best hitters. Watts set. Payoff pitch on its way home. High, ball 4. Lost him. Had him at 0-2, and he came all the way back and drew the walk. And the bases are loaded for Wilson Weber. 3 for 4 tonight. 2 singles, a home run, a ground out. Rogers to the mound to talk with Tony Watts. Hoo boy. Bases are loaded for the Beavers in the 8th. There are 2 outs. 6-6 game. Watts ready. First pitch. Right down the middle. Strike 1. Weber has been dynamite for the Beavers tonight. Here's the 0-1 from Watts. Ground ball. Tony fields it. He throws to first, and it is past Wolf and all the way down the right field line. 3 runs are going to score for the Beavers as the error by Watts unloads the bases. And it's 9-6. Watts picked it up. He looked to third. There was nobody there. And he threw it away to first instead. Why was nobody at third base? 9-6 Oregon State. Third error of the night by the Hawkeyes, and that one was the most costly. Watts pitching to Singer and is ahead early 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner at third and 2 outs. The pitch. Ground ball right side. Wolf slides to knock it down, fields it. He'll take it to third himself to get the final out, but too late. 3 runs across for Oregon State. There were 4 free bases in that inning. 2 walks, a hit batter, and another pitcher error from Iowa. And that deflates the comeback. Iowa's got to get back on it here. It's 9-6 Oregon State. We're back for the bottom of the 8th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
There's a new head Hawk in town. Ben McCullum is entering his first season as the Iowa men's basketball coach. McCullum is striving to continue his winning ways in Iowa City. Join us for the new era of Iowa basketball. Reserve your season tickets for the 2025-26 season today. Give us a call at 1-800-IA-HAWKS to learn more. On Iowa, go Hawks.
Bottom of the 8th inning in a back and forth game at Principal Park in Des Moines. The Beavers back out in front 9-6. Risley, Nelson, Strohmeyer due up. We'll see if Iowa makes any changes. Oh man, what a tough blow for Iowa in the 8th inning. Free bases galore. And Oregon State, as they've done all game, they made it hurt. A leadoff walk followed by a hit batter, and then back-to-back outs before a walk and then a pitcher error. It's the 3rd pitcher error of the day for the Hawkeyes. And Oregon State leads it 9-6. Risley up to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Counts 1-1 on him. Oregon State scored the first 6 of tonight's game. Iowa answered with 6 of their own. And now the Beavers have put up 3 in the top of the 8th. 6 outs to work with for Iowa to get the 3 back. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch to Risley. That's off the plate outside, 3-1. Base runners are always a good place to start. 3-1 from Oaks. Risley takes. That's a strike. Counts run full now. The pitch to Risley. Miles hits in the air, shallow right. Talt coming forward. He makes the catch. 1 away in the Hawkeye 8th. Here comes Andy Nelson. First pitch to Nelson is a breaking ball in for a strike. Andy singled his last time up, chased a good slider outside. 0-2. Oaks back on the rubber and ready to pitch. The 0-2 to Andy. Swing and a miss. Two outs now for Kellen Strohmeyer. Bases are empty. Kellen is 0 for 2 tonight. One-0 to Kellen is a breaking ball in for a strike, evening the count at 1. Backdoor breaking ball stayed away. Kellen tries to take the outside pitch opposite field and fouled it off instead. It's 2-2 on Strohmeyer. Oaks back on the rubber. Here comes the 2-2. That's outside. Full count. UCLA has defeated Illinois tonight 10-9. Bruins come all the way back and they score the final 4 in that one. Trailing 9-6 in the 8th, they come back and win it. Strohmeyer is punched out on a backdoor breaking ball. Iowa goes down in order in the 8th inning. We'll go to the 9th with the Beavers leading 9-6. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans are bred to defy expectations. So it's no surprise they're getting rave reviews. And that has more than farmers talking. In fact, a grain elevator wrote, "Sweet mother of pearl, trailer after trailer of Z-Series. It's never ending. We need a break." Safe to say, everyone is feeling the impact of Z-Series soybeans. Unleash your greatest harvest yet at pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Hey Iowa, it's George Kittle, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers and proud former Hawkeye. Life can throw unexpected hits, much like catching a pass over the middle. If you're facing struggles with drug or alcohol use or even mental health challenges, take a time out and call Your Life Iowa. Just like my teammates are there for me, the Your Life Iowa team is there for you. Get 24/7 free resources or find treatment options at yourlifeiowa.org.
A message from Iowa HHS.
Back and forth affair tonight to open the series between 10th ranked Oregon State and Iowa. And right now the momentum and the lead has swung back to the Beavers. They're up 9-6 as we get to the top of the 9th inning. Chaz Wheatley is on to pitch for Iowa. Wheatley into the game, making his 20th appearance of the season with a 2-1 record, a 4.34 ERA. And we'll see Wheatley enter in the 9th. Chaz has thrown 18 2/3 innings, 23 strikeouts, 12 walks. Opponents batting .246 against Wheatley. Watts threw 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. He walked 2, and he only threw 20 pitches, so you assume that Tony could come back later in the weekend. And Wheatley will face, middle of the order for the Beavers, Craig, Reeder, and Talt. Big Maple to the mound for the Hawks. First pitch strike on the inner third. Oh, 1 drifted in. Ball and a strike on Craig. We're back tomorrow at Principal Park in Des Moines. 3:35 first pitch against Oregon State. Aaron Savory will toe the rubber for the Hawkeyes with his undefeated record on the line, 7-0. 1-1 from Wheatley, slider out, ball 2. Craig 0 for 4 tonight with 3 strikeouts. The 2-1 swung on and missed. Good slider from Chaz. Here's Wheatley's 2-2. Swing and a miss. He gets Craig. As Craig has the golden sombrero, 4 strikeouts. And 1 away for Reeder. Reeder got on the first 2 times tonight. Has struck out twice since. Single and a walk for him. Wheatley deals a strike to him. No balls and a strike. Pitch is low and outside. Count will be 1-1. Oregon State throwing a freshman tomorrow, Dax Whitney. Wheatley ready with the 1-1, long pause from Chaz. Now the pitch, grounded foul over to the left. 9-6 Beavers. Iowa will have Frost, Wilmus, and Mitchell up in the bottom of the 9th. Wheatley in a good spot here, 1-2. Pitch from Chaz. Just low. Rogers tried to bring it up, but it stayed downstairs, 2-2. From the belt, Wheatley delivers. Here's a ground ball that's through into the right side. Strohmeyer picks it up and quickly gets it in. It is a 1-out single for Reeder. Send it in between Wolf and Nelson. Andy was playing more up the middle. Here's Talt, who takes a first pitch outside and low from Wheatley. Nine runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 7 left on for the Beavers. 6 runs for Iowa, 9 hits, but 3 very costly errors and 5 left on. It's been a while since Iowa had a very sloppy game defensively. All 3 errors came from Iowa pitchers. Which is even more rare. Talt walked his last time up. He would later score. 1 out in the 9th. Wheatley's 1-0 pitch. Low, ball 2. Not your traditional Friday night game. This has been high scoring. And up over 3 hours now. The 2-0 is grounded to the right side. That's foul. Neither starting pitcher made it through the 4th. And then there were 2 dominant performances from each team's respective bullpens. Palmer from Oregon State, Hackett from Iowa. Here's Wheatley's 2-1. That's out, 3-1. Hackett helped Iowa hold Oregon State and allow the Hawkeyes to come all the way back, and then Iowa certainly felt like they had a chance to win it, so they went with Watts. And Oregon State able to come through against Tony. 3-1 from Wheatley is low and in. Chaz walks Talt. First few innings moved very quickly. A lot of action in the middle innings. Scoring really between the 3rd and the 5th. And teams went back and forth in the 7th and the 8th. Iowa could not get the shutdown inning in the 8th after tying it up at 6 in the bottom of the 7th. First and second in the 9th for the Beavers. There is just 1 out. Peterson up for Oregon State. They lead at 9-6. They'll take an incredible rally now from Iowa, who put a lot of energy into bringing it back from 6-0. Wheatley's first pitch to Peterson. Swing and a miss. Chaz checking the runner at second. Now deals the 0-1. Another swing and a miss by Peterson. 0-2. Slider's been a good pitch from Chaz in this at bat. Hasn't had to go to the sinker. Wheatley leaning in for the sign. He's got it. Now he comes set. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 sliders in a row. Second strikeout of the inning for Wheatley, and he got Peterson. Two away for Santana. Nine-6 Beavers. This is the bottom of the order. First pitch is a beauty from Chaz. Low outside corner. Strike 1. Santana was up last inning, had runners at first and second. Went to bunt it, and he popped right up to Caleb Wolf at first. Thought it just might be Iowa's night. But Oregon State continued onward. Here's a foul ball straight back just to our right. 0-2 now. Wheatley in the driver's seat as he comes set on the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Tapped foul. Straight back to the on-deck circle for Oregon State. And we'll do it again at 0-2 as Chaz comes set, ready to pitch to Santana. Here it comes. Fastball downstairs. Iowa has Frost, Wilmus, Mitchell. Plenty of potential in that order to get things tied up. But only 3 outs to work with. Assuming Iowa holds here. The 1-2 from Wheatley. The runners take off. The pitch is inside. No throw from Rogers. Two in scoring position now for Santana, who's worked an even count at 2. Wheatley trying to get him. The pitch from Chaz. Swing and a miss. Went back to the slider to get him. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Wheatley. Nicely done. He works around a single and a walk. Last chance for Iowa coming up. It's 9-6 Beavers. We're back for the bottom of the 9th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Choose the best, Honda. With more Best Buy awards than any other brand. All Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Honda is the best performance brand, best overall brand, and best value brand by KBB.com. To save on a new Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards for Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
John Leo bringing you Iowa Hawkeye Baseball from Des Moines this weekend. Last chance for the Hawkeyes tonight. Trailing Oregon State 9-6 in what has been a thrilling matchup from start to finish. Oregon State scored the first 6. Iowa scored the next 6 before the Beavers took the 3-run lead in the 8th inning. Frost, Wilmus, Mitchell up for Iowa, trying to extend this game. We'll be back at 3:35 tomorrow. Pre-game coverage will start on the Hawkeye Radio Network at 3 o'clock. Frost to lead it off. He's in the box facing Oaks. First pitch is a strike, pulled back into the zone, 0-1. Frost grounded out in his only at-bat tonight. He entered in the 7th. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Oaks has been pitching since the 7th as Frost sends it to 3rd. A 2-hopper, throw on the run by Caraway, and there's 1 out in the Iowa 9th. Top of the order for Ben Wilmus. Ben in the box. First pitch to him is off the plate away. 1-0 delivery to Wilmus. That's across for a strike just below the letters. Savory versus Whitney tomorrow. First pitch at 3:35. Make it to Principal Park. Here's the 1-1. There's strike 2. Wilmus has been very productive. He's been on 3 times tonight. He's in a bit of a hole here, 1-2. Oaks working quickly. The pitch swung on and missed. Wilmus is the second out of the Iowa ninth, and it's up to Gable Mitchell to keep it going here. Mitchell tied things up at 6 in the 7th with a line drive home run to right. And now he'll try to keep the game alive for Iowa. Oaks ready with the 1-0 to Mitchell. Here it comes. Gable watched it go by for a strike, evening the count at 1. Oaks over threw the fastball away. 2 balls and a strike now. Next pitch to Gable. Fly ball to left towards the Iowa bullpen. Left fielder slides into the wall and cannot make the play as it goes off the protective netting. The count is now 2-2 on Gable. All right, here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Gable. Hit in the air, right field side, and that'll find the seats foul. Down the line. Mitchell hanging tough, golfing at 1. Two. Gable slaps the other way, staying alive, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gable's the type of guy that you want in the box when you need to keep the game going. Never an easy out. Another 2-2 to Mitchell. Here it comes. Scooped foul on a line over to the left again. Oaks hasn't been able to get him yet. Gable ready for another one. Here it comes. That's low, ball 3. Count is full. The base is empty and 2 outs. The pitch. Gable hits in the air, right side, and a diving grab, leaping, falling backwards by the second baseman, Singer. He records the final out, and that'll do it. Oregon State wins the opener of the series 9-6. We're back to wrap things up after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, save up to $1,500 on select equipment. Now through September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Check out Kubota's winning lineup. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find your local dealer.
Heartbreaking finish for Iowa tonight as Oregon State wins the series opener 9-6. Not your traditional Friday night game to open a series, as the Beavers win it with 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 9 left on. Iowa 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 major costly errors, 5 left on for the Hawkeyes tonight, as Oregon State improves to 36-12. Iowa drops to 32-16. Now overall, we get to do this all again tomorrow at 3:35 here at Principal Park. We'll be live on the airwaves at 3 o'clock Central Time. Oregon State scored the first 6 in this one. Iowa scored the next 6 before the Beavers grabbed 3 runs in the 8th inning to win it 9-6. Multi-hit performances from Caleb Wolf, who was 3 for 4 tonight. Ben Wilmus was 2 of 4. Gable Mitchell 1 of 4, but he had the game-tying home run in the 7th inning to make it 6-all before Oregon State would win it with 3 runs in the 8th inning. Cade Oberbuehler got the start for Iowa, went 3 1/3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 of which was earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts for Obi. Sam Hart came in. Justin Hackett also out of the Iowa bullpen through 3 innings. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, no hits, no runs. Hackett was outstanding. Watts gets the loss for Iowa. 1 inning, 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts for Watts. Chaz Wheatley came in at the end. All right, when we come back, we'll play the highlights and we'll head on home. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box, so let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you, because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready. An award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Quick look around the Big Ten, the scoreboard update. Boy, it was a double clunker for the Hawks tonight, losing the game to Oregon State, but UCLA beat Illinois, came back from a 4-run deficit in the 8th inning. It was 9-6 Illinois, but the Fighting Illini couldn't help the Hawks at all and gave up 4 runs, 2 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. UCLA wins it 10-9 and pulls within 2 games now of the Hawkeyes atop the Big Ten standings. Oregon is shutting out Washington 4-0 in the 7th inning. Michigan State all over USC in the 5th. It's 5-0 Spartans. Some finals from around the league. Northwestern 12-2 over Ohio State in 7 innings. Indiana blanked Purdue 8-0. Penn State over Rutgers 7-5. Maryland 8, Minnesota 2 in the Twin Cities. And Nebraska held on to beat Michigan 3-2 in Lincoln. Plenty of excitement, plenty of entertainment in tonight's game. Some highlights to relive the action. A 1 pitch. Wolf hits on the ground, through into left field. Base hit from Wolf, scores Wilmus. Iowa is on the board. It's now 6-1. And he's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Couple of strikeouts for Hackett in the 5th. Every run is a big one in the middle innings. First pitch to Reese, line drive into right, and it is down and past the right fielder, all the way to the wall. Lewis scores. Moore's headed for third. He has a stand-up triple. We'll see how it's scored, but it's 6-4. Here come the Hawkeyes. A lot of room in the left center gap. The corner outfielders are playing very deep against Mitchell, who cranks one to right. Right fielder looking up. It is gone. Gable Mitchell ties us up at 6 in the 7th. The base is empty and 2 outs. The pitch. Gable hits in the air right side and a diving grab, leaping, falling backwards by the second baseman Singer. He records the final out, and that'll do it. Oregon State wins the opener of the series 9-6. Bummer of an outcome for the Hawkeyes tonight. Oregon State picks up the series opening win, but we're back tomorrow to try to even things up with the Beavers. 3:35 first pitch against the 10th ranked team from Oregon State. And we'll be on the air on the Hawkeye Radio Network at 3 o'clock. Great crowd tonight. Can't wait to do it all again tomorrow. Really looking forward to getting back to Principal Park and getting after the Beavers tomorrow. That'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball tonight. From Principal Park, I'm John Leo saying so long. Thank you to my board op, also Lacey tonight. Excellent job covering in for Michael. I'm John Leo saying so long from Principal Park, where Oregon State wins the opener 9-6. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye, but some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Mid-American Energy. Call 811 before you dig. It's the law. Visit midamericanenergy.com for natural gas safety tips. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.